Yes. Hey everybody, welcome to the show. I'm so glad that you're here. You know, there was a little bit of a technical difficulty this morning. This Friday morning. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Skyjack Morgan. I'm an independent news and culture commentator, free speech and critical thinking advocate, and this is the #1 news reaction show on YouTube, The Morning Sky. How are you? How are you doing today? I hope you're doing great. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day to be a neighbor. Won't you be mine? On Fridays, we do things a little bit differently. It's not just politics and news. I take off the tie, hang out a little bit, do a couple different things, like different types of reactions. Go to New Mexico, says Johnny Vegan. See, well, if you stick in I put a video in this playlist about the neighborhood I'm thinking about moving to in New Mexico. Hello, Chip Guy. How are you? Edward Thornton. Hey. Navia got me a baguette last night. I ate the shit out of that baguette. Oh, my goodness. Ah, it was nice. Thank you so much. I had a baguette. My favorite food in the world is baguette. My favorite meal is a baguette and a bottle of wine. I know, I'm like a French peasant, but it's always been that. It's been that way since college. My favorite thing to eat is baguette and a bottle of wine. It's not the best for you. There's not a ton of nutrients. Chip is probably cringing because he's such a obsessive compulsive eater. But yeah, you should move to Paris. No, I don't want to move. Can you imagine me in Paris? I couldn't afford to live in Paris. How I could live in Paris for I think I could live in Paris for 6 months before I'd either be dead or they'd kill me or I'd be kicked out. Yes. Did you put armpit on it? Yes, I put armpit on it. Always I put the armpit on it. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I put armpit on it? Thank you all for being here. I see a lot of you are watching on vertical, but we're also streaming on horizontal and also on Kick and also on Twitch and also on Facebook. So if you're on any of those platforms or prefer them, please check me out there. I love super chats and I love my channel members most of all. Thank you, Sky City Rebels, for supporting independent media and this channel and me, Skyjack Morgan, your #1 news reaction show guy. Thanks for being here. We're going to jump right in because we got a lot of stuff to look. You do have the French I have the French attitude? You mean liberty, égalité, fraternité, liberté, like that? You mean like the French revolutionary? I have a French revolutionary attitude. I do, but I have a French Revolution attitude is what I have because I love guillotines. I actually think you should move to the Netherlands with Chip. Okay, well, I'm going to move in with Chip, everybody. I'm moving in with Chip. I'm moving in with Chip. He's going to hide me in his attic, which is kind of what that's like the thing that Amsterdam's known for, is hiding people in attics, people that are unpopular with the government. Baguette, wine, and that moxie, that je ne sais quoi. Je prie, je suis la morse. Je suis la morse. Comme les gens Lennon, je suis la morse. C'est bon. Mais oui. You don't have an attic. Ah, shit. Do you have a bookcase? A bookshelf? Do you have a bookcase behind which I might carve a little hole for myself? Because that's what I would do. Yeah, you could see that. Which part? You see me living in a book behind a bookcase like Anne Frank? I'm making Anne Frank jokes over here, folks. Anne Frank jokes all day long. Can't get enough. Nobody can get enough of my Anne Frank jokes. Hiding out as a political refugee, a political what do you call people who are a fugitive? I'm a political fugitive. Political fugitive living behind a bookcase in Amsterdam, and luckily I have a friend in Amsterdam, so let's go. A hidey hole. a hidey hole. Oh my God, look at who has a new phone. Ah, look at this. New phone, Kathy Skywalker. So fancy. Nice, nice, nice.
As the U.S. and Iran exchange
Look at this.
fire
We're
in
still
the Strait of
bombing
Hormuz,
people, though, guys.
This morning, President Trump insists the fragile ceasefire between the two countries still holds.
After these strikes, is the ceasefire with Iran still on?
Yeah, it is. It's,
Yeah. We could shoot people during ceasefire. It's totally normal to kill people, and see Israel does it all the time. We love Israel. Israel always bombing people in a ceasefire. It's totally normal to bomb people and kill people in a ceasefire. Totally normal. That's how it's done in the modern era. We declare that we have a ceasefire, then we kill people.
It's not a ceasefire if you are killing people. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you love ceasefires and think killing people is wrong. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you think killing is like, no, don't like it. If you're like, nah, killing ain't cool, then please like and subscribe. Thanks. I appreciate that. You're only listening today. That's okay, Sayar Diana. Love you, baby. Thanks, Sayar, for being here, baby doll.
they trifled with us today.
They trifled with us.
Jesus.
Blew them away. They trifled. I call that a trifle.
The administration says that Iran fired
I call that they trifled with us and we blew them away, but there's a ceasefire. Yeah.
Okay, so let me tell you what's really going on here. You ready? The reason why Donald Trump calls it a ceasefire when there's no actual ceasefire, do you know why? Do you know why? Because he only has a few months to have control of the military without congressional approval. And he thinks that if he calls it a ceasefire, that those days don't count for military action. So he is going to make, mark my words, he will make the legal case that he can stretch out this war without getting the approval of the American people if he has ceasefires. So he says, I have a ceasefire, but we're still killing people
Because of a trifle. They have a trifle and I blew them away, but there's a ceasefire, okay? It's not a war. Anyway, how do you feel about the war, everybody?
It's a war of words for the American people. It's against the American people. The American people are supposed to decide whether or not we go to war through Congress. It's a little excursion because we can't go to Washington, D.C., so we have Congress to do a little excursion to D.C. And the reason why he's calling it a ceasefire, even though he's not, is because he's running out of time before he has to go to Congress vis-a-vis, go to the American people vis-a-vis the Congress, via the Congress. That's the only way he can keep this war going. Because it's a very unpopular thing. Because Americans don't like foreign wars. Americans don't like bombing children. Americans don't like Donald Trump. So, in order to subvert the will of the people, he'll call it a ceasefire when it's not. That's why. That's what's happening there. You should have seen the ceasefires in Vietnam. 4-year peace talks. Yeah, exactly. 4-year peace talks. We're having peace talks in Vietnam. Yes, we killed villages full of people during the ceasefire. Yes. I mean, look, this is how we do it. This is how we do it. Don't need congressional approval. It's been done before. It'll be done again. Donald Trump knows the score. He knows how to fool us. That way, an unpopular war can go on forever. It's a legal loophole.
It's a ceasefire.
unprovoked on 3 American Navy destroyers.
It's a trifle.
In the Strait, the U.S. swiftly hitting back. The president telling me in a phone call, quote, it's just a love tap.
It's just a love tap. Like when your wife gets out of line, you got to give her a little tap. When your wife gets out of line during the game, you know, you're trying to watch the game. You got to give her a little love tap to make sure she knows when to stay quiet. Why is he calling it a love tap? It's just a love tap.
They trifled with us and we blew them away. It's a love tap.
A love tap, guys. Trifle little love taps.
But Iran does not see it that
People are dying. Yeah, they don't see it that way. The person who gets the love tap never sees it as a love tap. Isn't that the thing? the person who you're abusing, you're like, oh, well, she didn't seem abused to me. It matters what she thinks, right? Donald Trump is he's such a weird, perverted abuser, saying shit like love tap about Iran that it makes perfect. It's just like the guy shows all of his cards all the time. He can't. He's like, what? How many cards are you guys supposed to have? What game are we playing? Is it poker? How many cards? I don't know. How many should I take? How many? I don't know. I'm the greatest negotiator. Greatest negotiator. Holy shit. He was told to avoid calling it a war. I know he was, but he still called it a war. That's the thing. Yeah. Do you have to practice the anti-Semitic voice, or does it come naturally? Well, Donald Trump's anti-Semitic voice, I have to practice it, you know. Well, I watch him a lot. I watch the anti-Semite a lot, and then I practice it. Yeah. I think that's what you mean.
Now accusing the U.S. of violating the ceasefire, promising to deliver a crushing response if U.S. attacks continue.
Crushing response.
With uncertainty over the war, the president leaving the White House.
Look at this Mark Wayne Mueller, Secretary of Department of Homeland Security. Look at that Tom Homan. Border czar. What's the border czar doing there? The border czar.
Immigrants. Don't stop. Bringing cameras along with him to the National Mall, showing reporters the blue coating he's installing on the floor of the reflecting pool outside the Lincoln Memorial. I asked the president why he was focused on the renovations amid the ongoing war and as gas prices rise. The president brushing off the question.
So you see here, like, someone painted a picture of these guys. All right, so right now, they drove onto the Lincoln Memorial. He's like Forrest Gump. He just wants to be in the middle of the reflection pool where he can like meet Jenny. Remember when Jenny runs out and then Forrest runs out and they're in the reflection pool and they're like, oh, I love you. He's like that, except he drove his car onto that. They say he drove his car on because they're afraid, like he wanted to see the color blue of the reflection pool and keep an eye on his renovation projects. But the problem is he can't just walk out there because somebody might be looking for him, you know? Somebody might be looking for old Donnie boy. So they had to drive out there and keep him in the cars and put this like cocoon around him. You see how they've got all the cars? They've got the wagon circled so he can't get killed. So he doesn't lose his head.
Calling it a disgrace.
You are here against the back.
Jenny! Run, Forrest, run! Mama said I could run like the wind blows.
Drop of the war in Iran. Why focus on all these projects right now?
You know why? Because I want to keep our country beautiful and safe.
With the Strait of Hormuz closed.
You know why? Because shut up, piggy. That's why.
Sources say the U.S. and Iran are now attempting to hammer out a framework that would give the two countries 30 days to hold deeper negotiations. But the future of Iran's nuclear program remains a major sticking point. President Trump has insisted the country needs to commit to not developing a nuclear weapon, telling me it's...
Why? Israel has nuclear weapons. I mean, I think if I were Iran, I'd be like, sure, I will get rid of my nuclear weapons as soon as Israel gets rid of their nuclear weapons. I don't have nuclear weapons. I'm Iran, right? I ain't got no nuclear weapons. But if you want me to stop trying to get nuclear weapons, I want Israel to stop having nuclear weapons. I want Pakistan to stop having nuclear weapons. How about that? I want India to stop having nuclear weapons. How about that? I want France to stop having nuclear weapons. They're always talking shit. Those French, always with their sacre bleu. I want the French to stop having nuclear weapons. How about that? Huh? But let's start with Israel. If I'm Iran and you want me to stop enriching uranium, I'll be like, all right, cool. As soon as Israel stops. Done. And I would make that so public. I would make a Lego video about it for sure. For sure, I'd make a rapping Lego video about it because they're so popular this summer. They're gonna be the bangers of the summer. All those Lego videos. I mean, wait till the next batch drops. Right? Can't wait. Let's do it. It's too bad for those so-called ass on here. He is disgusting. Yes, he is. How about no weapons? I love it. No weapons. I love it. You get no nukes. You get no nukes. You get no nukes. Yeah, I love it. We will stop having nuclear weapons as soon as America and all her friends stop pointing nuclear weapons at us. How about that? Because we're sick of being held hostage. It's bullshit. You're saying that you can point a gun at me, but if I reach for the gun, you're going to just blow my head off.
We blew him away with the trifles. I hate to call it a trifle. And it's ridiculous. It's so bad.
Nobody stop having defenses. Would you spread your cheeks in prison? No, you put on keep your defenses. That's right. I'm not going to lick America's boots. What are we doing here? They're like, lick my boots. And they're like going, I don't want. Stop their terrorism. Who's doing terror? Did they bomb an American school? Did Iran bomb a school full of American school children? Did they? Did Iran target civilian targets? Because here's the thing. A terrorist is a person or organization who attacks civilian targets for political goals. That's the definition of a terrorist. Who seems to be the real terrorist here? The guys that bombed fishing boats in Venezuela or Iran? Civilian boats, the guys who killed civilian boats in Venezuela or Iran? Yeah, but Sky, Iran exists. Yeah, that is a problem, I guess. All those guns and no American can shoot straight. I can shoot straight. I can shoot straight just fine. I go shooting. I got my gun. I like to shoot. I go train near my house. I'm pretty good. At around 10 yards, I'm pretty good. With a rifle, I'm even better. Yes, sir. Who cares? I don't know. Some people care about nuclear stuff. Some people care about oil. I don't know. Some people care about the price of gasoline. You don't have to care, though. That's it. Why all the assassins half-assed? I mean, why is it half-assed? They literally bombed what do you mean? They took out the entire leadership. Our assassins took... Oh, you're talking about those... because they're not real, you see. The assassins are not real when it comes to DJT. They're all... hoaxes or just crazy people who just had crazy ideas. Like, they're not real. They're not real assassins.
Either going to happen or they're going to get the hell bombed out of them.
You won't have to know. If there's no ceasefire, you're not going to have to know. You're just going to have to look at one big glow coming out of Iran.
One big glow. You're not even going to know about. He talks like a... You know what? I remember when we were going to go to war in Afghanistan, and they were like, well, if they don't give us Osama bin Laden, we're going to turn all the mountains of Afghanistan into a smoldering ash heap, and the blood will rain from the sky of our enemies.
Do you remember that when America was going to Afghanistan? They're like,
they don't give us that Osama bin Laden. Ooh, we want that Osama bin Laden. Oh, I can taste it. If they don't give me that Osama bin Laden, we're gonna obliterate the entire mountain range.
Remember them saying that shit? It was fucking crazy. People are on TV saying that. Not the president, mind you, but this president is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So, it's a little different these days. But do you remember that?
They don't give us an Osama bin Laden.
Meanwhile, we went to Afghanistan for 20 years, and you know who wasn't home?
So embarrassing. Osama bin Laden wasn't even home.
We went there for 20 years looking for that guy. He wasn't even home. Where was he? Pakistan. A country that has nuclear weapons. We only invade countries that don't have nuclear weapons. That's how you know Iran doesn't have them. We only invade countries that don't have nukes. Because we're a bunch of cowardly pirates. That's it. Hey, wait a minute. There's more than two options. What's the other option? We need to leave or glass it. Glass it. Leave or glass it. I love that idea. Glass it. I live in Pennsylvania. My gas is now $4.99. Hey, Pennsylvania, that's cheap. That's cheap. In Los Angeles, I saw it at $6.85. Where I live, it's $6.50. I saw a picture of someone in San Francisco. It's $6.95. Shit, for unleaded gas, like regular unleaded. The cheapest one at the pump. Whoo, it ain't looking good, son. Life ain't looking good. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Fucking Mark Wayne Muller. I want to put it in your butt. Why don't you get your butt up? I'm gonna put it up your butt. I want your butt. Give me your butt. I'm gonna kick your butt. I'm gonna stick it in your butt. This guy.
He's going to be a glow. You won't have to know. It's going to be like a glow. There's just going to be a glow like Arnold Palmer's schlong. It's just going to glow. I love women, but man, Arnold Palmer's schlong, it glowed. It was amazing. And when we took our showers, it was so good. It was so nice. It was so nice.
Are soda fountains fizzling out? Conversations are bubbling online over McDonald's and their plans to completely phase out self-serve soda machines over the next 6 years.
Okay, so say goodbye to these.
How will we give each other norovirus? How will we give each other COVID? How will we give each other Hanta without high-use buttons with a bunch of children? God, those machines are so goddamn disgusting. I don't go to McDonald's because I'm not a stupid piece of garbage, but because I'm not some barbarian. I'm not some disgusting slug creature. I don't go to McDonald's, but I have been to fast food places, and these machines, God, man, I used to work for Coca-Cola Fountain, and my job, you see those stickers, and like they used to glow. They used to have light up like backlights. I used to make those. The stickers all look pretty basic right now, but sometimes they would like specially design them and shit for these soda fountains. I worked for Coca-Cola Fountain. It was one of my first graphic design jobs. It was fun, not creative at all. It was fun though. It was fun, but not really good for the creative juices working for a company like Coca-Cola. Later, I would work for a company called BMW, and it was like the most boring. Or you'd think, BMW, that's amazing. And it was the most boring, shitty job. They were just a client, though. I didn't have to do all my work for them. But when I worked for Coca-Cola, God, it was a fun job. But the design part was like the least fun part of it.
While Mickey D's first announced these plans back in 2023, thirsty customers are now starting to notice. They don't have a...
When did white people start calling it Mickey D's, man? That used to be just like a hood thing. I don't know why people call it. Whatever. I'll allow it. I think it might be cultural appropriation, though. Mickey D's is definitely a black dude thing. I mean, I grew up saying Mickey D's because I grew up in a neighborhood with lots of black people, so we all said Mickey D's. When did white people on the news start calling it Mickey D's? Whatever.
Fountain drink machine anymore. They get you your drinks.
Going and getting your meal and then going over and picking your soda was part of the experience.
It's not clear how many of their more than 38,000 locations still have the self-service machines, but McDonald's says it's on course to...
You like do you remember, does anybody remember the down low menu? And you would walk into a McDonald's and it would be the menu that was the cheap shit for peasants was on the floor. Do you remember that? You would walk in and the commercial was like a dude, like his head was down and the person, can I help you? And the person's like this, can I help you? And people were ordering like this. Oh, McDonald's. In U.S., the fries are not even vegetarian. In U.S., no, they put pulverized cows in the fries at McDonald's. It's a disgustingest place. You just call it Mac? Oh, do you know what they call it? When I moved to Japan, they call it Macadonado. They call McDonald's Macadonado. That was my favorite when I lived in Japan. Oh, hamburger. Macadonado. McDonald's. Because they don't have like those, they don't have those sounds in their language. McDonald's. Macadonado. Toys R Us. Also, back when I was there, they still had Toys R Us. Toys R Us. Toys R Us. But McDonald's, always fun to say. Man, there's so many. Do you know what? Man, I'm having flashbacks. When I lived in Japan, like my favorite word to say was judo hanbaiki, which is just vending machine. But judo hanbaiki was like, or the convenience like 7-Eleven. They call them kombinis, a convenience store. Like, why can't we call it a conveni? Like, that was so much fun. But even when I worked for Anheuser-Busch, we call them C-stores. C-stores. Fucking boring. Conveni? Fucking awesome. Convenience store? What a stupid name. Convenience store. We tried to force the Japanese to call it a convenience store, and they're like, nah. Conveni. Conveni or the judo hanbaiki. Loved it. Yeah, the judo hanbaiki. McDonald's. Mac of Donald. Yeah, Mac means son. Son of Donald. I mean, Donaldson. I mean, it's like same as Donaldson. Like, we have the name Donaldson. But usually people called Donaldson have like some, a lot of time a Jewish person in their lineage. But anyway, why are we talking about this? Oh yeah, McDonald's. They're getting rid of their judo hanbaikis. They're getting rid of their fountain machines.
Complete the transition to behind-the-counter soda service by 2032.
Is it kind of sad?
Oh yeah,
No.
for me personally, yeah. Gosh, I've been a heavy user of self-serve drink stations.
They've only been around for like 25 years, man. No, it's been longer. Probably 35 years. 35 years, because when I was a kid, there were no self-serve and nothing. They were like, I'd have a Coke, please. And here's your Coke. That's how that was. Could you put less ice in it so I could have more Coke? Do you remember that? This self-serve thing was always a bad idea. Always a bad idea. It seems like a health code violation always. It's disgusting.
Diet Coke addict.
Editor-in-chief of Restaurant Business, Jonathan Mays, says he understands the online reaction.
This thing that we had, like, you would get...
I lived in Japan from 2000... 2005... No, 2006 to 2008. I lived there for like 6 months. And then I went back a lot. I've been to Japan many times. But I lived there because I was teaching English to children in the English club. And my friend was in the JET program, and he said I could come and help him. So I did. I lived with my friend, and we went on adventures in Kanazawa. And then I had a childhood friend who lives in Tokyo, and I've been there many times to visit him. I haven't talked to him in a long time. Anyway, good times.
The ultimate amount of control on how much you wanted to drink. And it was a great bargain. And you could mix and match. You could do all sorts of things with it. And now you really can't.
Some customers speculating theft is the reason Mickey D's...
Yeah, suicide or a kamikaze. What do you call it, suicide or kamikaze? When you mix them all because you're a little asshole? Yeah.
...is pulling the plug.
Apparently, too many people are going back to the well.
You used to be able to walk into McDonald's, ask for a water cup. You take that water cup and get any drink you want.
In light of the recent buzz on social media, McDonald's says the change is to ensure a consistent, high-quality experience for customers and crew across all ordering channels, whether that's McDelivery, the app, kiosk, drive-thru, or in-restaurant. The classic soda fountain has long been a favorite of the fast food faithful.
Quarter pound French fries, leafy Coke.
At the center of that iconic McDonald's nostalgia. Even inspiring miniature toy versions.
Yeah, but that's not self-serve, lady. What the fuck is this lady talking about? They're just self-serve. They're not getting rid of Coke. Oh, we're getting nostalgia about Diet. You could still get Diet Coke, asshole. They'll probably still give you a free refill. You just got to ask the lady for it.
Introduces the McDonald's soda fountain.
But the real-life version going dry as the Golden Arches cut back on customer control.
Customer control, because they have none. They have no customer control. That's why the soda machines are out, guys. America, how will we survive? You know, can I tell you something kind of funny? When I moved back, so everyone knows I lived in Germany for a long time, and I moved back to the United States, and I got so fat immediately, and I was like, I'm not eating differently. What the fuck is going on? And you know what it was? It was these giant Cokes we're all drinking. We're just drinking sugar water. I was getting so fat just drinking my calories. Holy shit. I couldn't believe it, man. I was like, I just got to stop drinking all these Cokes. Root beers and Dr. Peppers. When I first moved back, it's like, oh yeah, everywhere you go, they're like, here's a Coke, and it's like a trash can full of soda. And then you're like, oh, I'll have another for the road so I can drink it in the car for some reason. Dude, stop. Ban dairy, make America not obese again. Good plan. McDonald's is evil food. Well, the food's not evil. It's the people who run the company. Lego movies are going through some franchise fatigue. Big drops in box office numbers. Don't make a Lego movie to send your message. I'm going to make a Lego movie about Iran giving up its nuclear ambitions if Israel gives away its nuclear weapons. That's the next one I'm doing. I'm making a Lego movie about how I can't believe they're not going to have free Coke refills that I can refill myself at the Coke machine at McDonald's. Dude, every time I look at a McDonald's, the line is outside in people's cars. They're not even using it anyway. This is so stupid. Whoa, I'm nostalgic about this. People don't eat inside McDonald's anymore. They eat in their cars. These monsters. Yeah, switch to water. I'm fattest I've ever been. I guarantee you switch to water. Not even just water. Just stop. Drink something else. Drink anything else. Because even juice, you're not going to sit there and drink 10 of them. Juice is going to fill you up. It's going to give you your sugar rush. And then you're going to be like, that's fine. That's enough juice. You're not going to sit there and drink a gallon of it. Just like high fructose corn syrup and this coloring and caffeine. I mean, it's engineered to keep you drinking it. You want a refill? You want another one? That's why it exists. So you sit there and drink a 2-liter bottle by yourself. Like the obscenity of the 2-liter bottle that people have in their houses. If you have a 2-liter bottle in your house, you are a sucker for marketing. They did that to you. If you have 2-liter bottles of Coke in your fridge right now, I'm just going to keep it and just keep pouring it. I got to buy 3 a day. Dude, don't do it.
The CBS News senior White House and political correspondent Ed O'Keefe, who is covering the new congressional maps just approved in Tennessee.
Chaos at the Tennessee Capitol in Nashville Thursday as Democratic lawmakers and protesters tried to stop legislation breaking up the state's only Democratic House seat.
Look at that.
Yelling, holding signs, calling the move Jim Crow 2.0, even burning a printout of the Confederate flag.
A printout of the Confederate flag? Oh my God, Donald Trump's going to be so mad. You can't burn our flag. Wait a second, that's not our flag. That's the Confederate flag. Oh, no, you're not allowed to burn the Confederate flag.
There's fine people on both sides of this issue. Fine people on both sides. Okay. Fine people.
Burning the Confederate flag. Don't they know that stands for heritage and not hate?
The change follows the Supreme Court ruling last week that narrowed the Voting Rights Act. CBS News election law analyst David Becker says the ruling has this effect.
And in some cases, that's going to mean that they blanch their entire state's delegation and really minimize the impact of the minority population in the state.
That's the concern for Democratic Congressman Shamari Figures of Montgomery, Alabama, where a similar pending Supreme Court decision could draw his majority black district off the map.
Oopsie daisy. Looks like we're getting rid of all the blacks in America. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't vote for Donald Trump. I'm sorry that this is happening. First they came for the blacks and I did nothing because I wasn't black. Then they came for the communists and I did nothing because I wasn't a communist. Then they came from the labor unionists. I didn't do nothing because I wasn't a labor unionist or a union laborist. Why no soy beer? Because that would taste like shit. Have you had sorghum? Tastes like shit. Sorghum beer. Blech. Tastes like shit. Because barley tastes good. Barley and wheat taste great. Taste fantastic. Barley. And plus they have more fermentable sugars. Wheat and barley have fermentable sugars that soy just ain't got. soy. It's really hard to get soy to break open and give it the sugars so that the yeast can eat the sugar and turn it into alcohol. And also it would taste like shit. It's too much. It's too high protein, too low sugar. No soy beer. I'm sure you could do it, but it would taste like shit.
That translates into is this.
And it would be foamy. It'd be like crazy foamy.
It's okay to discriminate against Democrats who are black, but it's not okay to discriminate against black Democrats. Doesn't make a lot of sense.
Alabama's Attorney General says it's just a question of reflecting the state's Republican tilt.
Alabama's a conservative state. I expect it will have conservative representatives.
Civil rights activist Doris Crenshaw, who at 12 years old started working on civil rights issues with...
Have you ever farted in a box before? Does a walk-in freezer work? I think a walk-in cooler. Yes, I farted into a box before. Does that count in a walk-in cooler? Yes.
Rosa Parks.
Or what about a porta potty? That's like if you fart in a porta potty, you basically farted in a box, right? Yeah, definitely.
Was at an information session hosted by Congressman Figures Thursday night. You've spent your entire life working for more representation, and they may be on the verge of taking it away.
It does not sit well with me, and it shouldn't sit well with the people of goodwill in this country.
Man.
As of yet, nothing has changed here in Alabama. The Supreme Court may rule by today, but whether or not the state can actually change its...
Man, it makes me want to listen to that Arrested Development song, Tennessee. Take me to another land. Take me to another land. I don't remember the rest of the song, but I really liked that song in the 90s. Remember that song, Tennessee? Tennessee, Tennessee. Tennessee, Tennessee. You farted in your sister's cereal box? That's so hardcore. That is so hardcore, freezer farts, man. Tell me you never done a walk-in freezer fart. You never, if you work in a restaurant, you've definitely farted in that walk-in. You're in there like, oh, I gotta get something real fast, and all of a sudden you're alone and there's no workers, none of your workers. Okay, good. And then you go back to work and no one knew, because it's hard to find privacy in a restaurant. Except the walk-in. That's where people cry. A lot of stuff happens in the walk-in. A lot of people. You vaped in the walk-in? Yeah, everybody does stuff in the walk-in, man. There's lots of stuff going on in that walk-in. That's just a whole thing, man. It's impossible to... It's impossible to list all of the things that have been done in walk-in coolers at restaurants.
This lady tried to do an armed robbery on...
It's like trying to figure out... Like trying to name all the tattoos that exist. It's impossible. Infinite things have been tattooed to people. Infinity things. That's how the walk-in cooler is. The walk-in cooler is like that gun that Rick and Morty have that go to a different dimension. That's the walk-in cooler, is that green portal thing. That's what the walk-in cooler is. When you go in there, you never know what you're going to get. You never know. It's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Gas station? The hell is this?
Osmond Gold, everybody. Osmond Gold. Let's hear his hot take on this.
This is a robbery.
It's a robbery?
Okay.
Wait, so do you say Osmond or do you say Asmond? Is it Asmond Gold or do you say Asmond? Asmond Gold? Asmond? Osmond?
No. Okay. There's a robbery.
This is a robbery.
I'm telling you right now. There's a robbery.
There's a robbery.
Oh, shit.
What are you doing?
Uh-oh.
What
are you doing? Go on in the back room.
Man, that would freak me out. Someone shoots like that. She's like, it's a robbery. And she's like looking at the gun and then she just shoots it. Damn. Osmond. You say Osmond Gold? Asmond Gold? Osmond Gold. Okay. All he eats is beef jerky? Dude, the guy... Look, I don't need to... Osmond Gold, man. He's famous. He's huge. He's like the biggest streamer.
The robbery. The robbery. The robbery.
Yeah, the owner in the back room.
It's a robbery. It's a
The
robbery.
owner in the back room, run!
What the fuck? What the hell is going on? She's gonna shoot the camera out?
We'll try.
That woman robber is going viral. They interviewed the store worker. Oh no!
The man substituting for a friend behind the counter had talked.
He wasn't even supposed to be there.
Into putting the gun down once, and like a Jedi, convincing.
He's like Dante. He's like Dante in the Clerks. He's like, I'm not supposed to be here today. I'm not even supposed to be here today.
Stormtroopers, these are not the droids you're looking for. Tricked her into making a run at the empty office.
So I tried to let her to be calm, and I saw her mentality is not awake.
Like, I knew that bitch was retarded. So
Oh my God. Why would he say that? Why do people get away with talking like this on the internet? This guy's famous and he says shit like that. I knew that B was R-worded. Like, I mean, people call each other bitches all the time, but like, why? She was clearly having some kind of mental issue, right? And the guy noticed, like, she's not okay, and that he could trick her, right? That's what that was. Why wouldn't he say that? Because of, tact, civility. Do you not have tact? Do you know what tact or civility are? Nobody has a crush on you. Do you know what those things are? Tact, civility, basic manners, basic humanity, that type of thing. I don't know. Was it funny? Was it worth the laugh? Did you get a laugh out of it? Were you like, ha ha ha? He said that she was a B word and she was R worded. Is that what you got out of it? Were you cracking up? What a joke. What a laugh factory that guy is. Asmund Gold. Great, Asmund. Great.
I just need to tell her something.
I told her to leave the gun on the table. She did. So I know if I'm going to tell her to go out, the cops here, run. She's going to run.
The 42-year-old woman did.
She put the gun on the table?
And she shot. I told her, listen, the owner in the back, he has a mic. Go shut it. And I called the cops directly because she started shooting in the back room. Yeah, that's actually what happened.
What was she shooting at? The monsters? She's shooting all the white monster cups.
Called the cops, and finally we got here, and I'm still alive.
Kanawha County deputies caught her not far from the scene on Corridor G.
Does he have Tourette's? I never know what to make of this Asmund Gold guy. Does he have some kind of like disorder that makes him like do this with his face all the time, or is he doing that for the camera? Is he doing that because he's trying to look for the like? If I did it, would I have more would I have more subscribers if I did this all the time? How exhausting. He really does work hard. I take it back. He does have something. He does have something, right? Yeah.
What a surprise.
Peterson faces multiple charges in connection with the armed robbery attempt.
What a fucking moron, bro. People not know how cameras work? No, you don't understand. See, like, you didn't raid in Classic WoW. I raided in Classic WoW. I understand the depths of the human mind. You can just tell them.
He understands the depth of the human mind because he played World of Warcraft. That's what everybody says. If you want to understand the psychology of the human being, play World of Warcraft. Raid a lot in World of Warcraft. You'll nail it every time. Eye strain from sitting up in front of the monitor. I mean, how much does he do it? Like, I stream a lot. Does he stream? How much does he stream? You think it's a tick? Yeah, I think he does have a tick. Yeah. 80% sure on eye strain. If I start doing that, would somebody tell me, please? If I start doing this, that's because I'm streaming too much. Tell me to take a break, all right? Please.
Put the gun down, go walk in the back room. That's where all the money's at, and they'll just do it. They'll just do it. It's crazy.
It's crazy. I mean, it's crazy because it is true that if you tell people to do stuff, they often do it because people are used to following orders. People are used to doing what they're told. So if you say something with a great degree of confidence, a lot of times people will just do it. It's not a Jedi mind trick. It's that we are evolutionarily predisposed to follow the leader. And we have to constantly be going, okay, wait a second. This is how you get in trouble because people who understand this are able to manipulate us. And so you got to question authority. You can't just do everything that they say, and you can't listen to the news and think, okay, this is the truth, because they say it with confidence. They know how to read better than me. It goes back to like, it goes back to the Bible stuff where they wouldn't allow the Bible to be printed in local languages. It had to be in Catholic, not Catholic, had to be in Latin. I was thinking the Catholics made it illegal. It was completely illegal to write the Bible in any language other than Latin. And so if you wanted to know what the Bible said, you had to go to them and they would read it to you and you would listen to it in Latin. And then he said, what it means is, and then he would tell you what it means. A lot like they do today. They read you this old English shit. He is risen, cometh, and the begats, and blah, blah, blah. And then the guy at the pulpit tells you what it really means. It means vote for Trump. And everyone goes, yeah, that's what it means. It means vote for Trump. That's it. The Bible means vote for Trump. The Bible means we can kill all the animals. The Bible means rape the planet. The Bible means I need to give more money to the church and I'll have more money. That's how that works. So, you with me? Asman is hilarious and very correct most times. Okay. Anyway, Asman Gold. It's not a whole thing about like a Jedi mind trick. It's not because the woman was a R-worded biatch or anything like that. It's just that she was having an episode, probably got a gun, didn't know how to really use it, was kind of weird about things, and the guy saw that and knew that he could bark orders at her and she's probably going to do it. Go, do it, go quick. And she did. It's pretty amazing, actually. But anyway, Asman Gold. Yeah, hilarious. Great. Asman Gold is not funny. Ignorance is not funny. Bigotry is not right. I feel like he's just, like, did he go to school? I don't know. Did Asman Gold go to college? Based on available information, there are two distinct individuals who may be Asman Gold. Zach Hoyt, Twitch streamer, college experience. He attended college and completed his business degree. He mentioned streams and interviews that he took a break from his studies to take care of his mother and for a time worked at the IRS. He worked for the IRS? Oh, now I hate him. What? You can't be serious. Asman Gold worked for the IRS? No. He grew up with an interest in video games, particularly role-playing games. Introduced to World of Warcraft by a friend in 2006, he became captivated by the game and began playing it extensively. He attended college but dropped out to focus on video game playing. Great. So he didn't go to college. He dropped out. Oh, he's in Texas. He's 35, no education. Damn. Final Fantasy 14 he played in 2021. Hundreds of thousands of viewers. He remained one of Twitch's most popular World of Warcraft streamers during the Shadowlands launch in 2020. Asman Gold. After Elon Musk was accused in January 2025 of playing third parties to boost his Path of Exile 2 account, Hoyt challenged Musk to prove that he himself had leveled a character to 97 in hardcore mode. After which Musk unfollowed Hoyt on X, removed his verification check, and posted a screenshot of their private messages. That's kind of funny. All right, I don't know. He's a mixed bag. I kind of like him for that. It's funny. Asman Gold worked for the IRS, says bigoted shit, but he did call out Elon Musk to the point where Elon Musk unfollowed him, removed his check mark. That's funny, man. That is funny. Love him for that. A BA with a major in gaming. He's a guy on YouTube that goes live and reacts to Asman reacting to headlines on Twitter. Brain rotception. Yeah. I'm sorry. Am I that guy? Parallelish? Am I that guy? I'm sorry. I don't usually really react to Asman Gold, but the thing about the dumb criminal, it just caught my eye. Like, why is Asman Gold reacting to this lady with a gun? I didn't know he was going to say all that stuff to make me stuck on him. But in Germany, I knew there was helium on the moon when we refused to sell them helium for the Hindenburg-style blimps. Helium on the moon. There's helium on the moon. It's in For All Mankind. They discover helium-3 on the moon, and they use it for fuel or something, I guess. I don't know. It's a fun show. You should watch it. It's a great show.
Are you triggered? Perfect. I thought that would happen quicker, to be honest, when I looked at you at the beginning.
This guy is a magger comedian, a magger comic, and he has gone viral because he sits here and he just berates this woman, and people are laughing. But let me see if you think this is funny.
What do you think? Here, this is your moment to speak. What should happen now? If this was your... You're good? This is not okay. This is not okay. You have kids? Look, we can do this the easy way.
Let me take a beer. I don't know. The over laugh is something that I'm getting used to with maggers. It's like, you know, when something really isn't funny, they will go overboard. That's a MAGA belly. Yeah, his belly's super MAGA. MAGA has comics? Yeah, man, for sure. They got comedians. No, it's a gamer kid in an LED dungeon picking his nose in a dirty security blanket. Ew. Parallelist? What are you talking about? That scares me.
This is not funny. People are laughing, but this is wrong. This should be illegal.
Ladies and gentlemen, MAGA comedian Ben Benkus bombed while doing crowd work.
It's so easy to do crowd work too. Like so I've MC. I'm not a stand-up comedian, but I've done tons of stage work, and sometimes like the last big stage thing I did was Veg Fest, and I was introducing Moby, and I was an all-day MC. It was like I was up there for hours, and at one point they're like, "Keep it going. Someone's not here," and I'm like, "Okay." And I just had to like make up shit, and I started doing crowd work because it's easy. And when you run out of shit to say, you're like, all right, anybody here from Pacoima? All right, shout out to the Pacoima folk. You start talking to the people in the crowd because people laugh. People are a little nervous, and they'll laugh. It's super easy to do. And you could joke with people and kind of rib them a little bit. It's like a cheat code when you're stuck. You do crowd work. So if you ever see a comic doing crowd work, like, hey, so what's your name, huh? Oh, you're with him? Yeah, you're with this guy? These guys, like, it's just too fucking easy. Because all you have to do is be like a little sarcastic and a little clever, a tiny bit clever, and everyone will start laughing. You see people do it at fucking weddings all the time.
Yeah, it should be illegal. And that's why we need the 51st state, folks. We need some freedom of speech. Make sure this creature doesn't get it.
Make sure this creature doesn't get in. She's not playing along, so he threatens her. Yeah, MAGA for sure. Yeah. She's just not playing along. And sometimes that happens too. People like freeze because they get scared that the person on stage with the microphone is talking to them. And they don't want to be the center of attention. So you just move on to the next person. That's what a normal person would do. You just move on to the next person. Okay. Anybody else want to? Then you go, does anybody else have something? Like, then you just move on. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. Sky, did your stage work involve a stripper pole? Sometimes there were stripper poles, but I never was on the stripper pole. You're doing the eyebrow blinking thing now. By the way, you said to let you know. Thank you. Am I doing it like this? Am I getting the Asmund Gold eyes? Okay, I feel pretty good about it. He's an insult style comic, but he's really bad at it. Is he an insult style comic? Because, like, I don't know. I used to run the Brad Garrett Comedy Club, and Brad Garrett's an insult comic. People don't know that because they know him from Everybody Loves Raymond, and he's not an insult comic there. I'm a lovable guy. I'm from New York, and I'm a funny guy. Everybody loves Raymond. That's how he is on TV, but on stage he's like he's a super duper insult comic. Anyway, this guy is an insult comic.
Parliament. She'll take away. If she had power, she would take away your rights immediately. What did you say? Nobody can say that ever again. Like if she could freeze my bank account right now, she would freeze my bank account. Like if she had the power to do it, she might actually. She kind of looks like she works at RBC, so she might. I love that your friend here is like just trying not to laugh.
Bankus then continued digging his.
I love that there's a camera person capturing this, and I love that your friends, you're trying not to laugh, and her friend's like,
own grave.
That's how much she likes you as a friend, because this is pretty funny, to be honest. Like, this is pretty entertaining. But you're upset, and she's like, I can't laugh because she wants you to have a good night. And I think you will have a good night. You got a see-through shirt on?
Jesus. He's no Rickles or Dangerfield. Well, no one's Don Rickles. Man, I recently saw this Don Rickles lost footage thing, and it's hard to watch because it's so dated and weird, but it was this Don, I think I saw it on HBO. It was Don Rickles, but they never released this special that he made, I guess. Or maybe it wasn't a special. Someone just taped it. But it was, oh, man. Don Rickles. It's hard to believe that people paid so much money to see that guy. I used to love Don Rickles, and because he used to do the roasts, and I used to love Don Rickles, the way he would be like, from my heart, and at the end, he would do this like, come here, you hockey puck. He would say all these funny things and insult everybody, but in the end, he would do this like, I love you, you're my brother. He would say all these things like super nice in the end. I always thought that was so funny. Fucking Don Rickles. Dangerfield was the king of the one-liners. He wasn't much of an insult comic.
Go to K Street. You'll end up on the 80th floor of some building with a bunch of Arab dudes and no thing.
That's weird.
Oh, all right. Really happy. Thank you, Toronto, USA.
And as he signed off, what ensued was quite a sight.
And he's in Toronto?
To behold. So first, this comedian tried the usual song and dance. Releasing merch, of course. Triggered Girl mug, now available, he wrote. Now, we should absolutely not forget how awful of a human being this person is.
Now for a moment of silence for Renee Good. Really hope that dog's okay.
That's comedy, huh? That's comedy for you, for MAGA. Imagine if they did that. Did they do that for Charlie Kirk? Did you ever see any comic get on stage and be like, moment of silence for Charlie Kirk? Did you see anybody do that for Charlie Kirk?
And her pet. That's what you don't want when you're dealing with the police, your lesbian wife. Just, drive, baby, drive. Oh. Yeah, her last name was Good. That's what I said after they shot her. Renee, Good. She's dead. I'm not a liberal, so I don't celebrate the death of people that I didn't hate her. I didn't know her. I mean, now that I know her, I hated her.
I'm not a liberal, so I don't celebrate death. I love it when they do this, these maggers. Like, I'm not a liberal. I don't really like liberals. But that's so funny. That's the funniest part of his bit. I'm not a liberal, so I don't celebrate death. I just make money off of them. I'm literally making money off of somebody's death right now. But I'm not a liberal, so I don't. What? You're celebrating someone's death right now.
Fresh off Renee Good's murder by the state, he went on stage and said that. Plus,
but that's the left's Charlie Kirk. They're gonna get shirts. I am Renee Good. I am a dumb retarded lesbian.
There's that word again. There's that Asmund Gold word again. He's just like Asmund Gold, huh? People love Asmund Gold. They love this guy. People love this stuff. You call a woman the R word, and if you call a woman, especially a dead woman, the R word, yeah, or a woman who had a mental health issue, call her the R word, yeah, man, that's gold, man. People will line up for that shit. People love that shit.
I mean, if you watch the footage, she should have been shot 10 minutes before that.
NBC News reported.
I don't think anybody should celebrate death. Well, I'll tell you. There have been very few people in the world whose deaths I thought were A-okay, and very few where I went like, oh, fucking thank God, finally. And the big one was, I always remember, is Jerry Falwell. When Jerry Falwell died, I was like, finally, thank God, dude. And I was like relieved. I was happy he was dead. And then immediately after having that emotion, I went like, ugh, I shouldn't feel good about that, right? I don't feel good about feeling that way, but fuck Jerry Falwell. Fuck that guy. I hate him. But I'm glad he's dead. But, I don't like feeling this way. I don't like feeling good about it. And just immediately I felt that way. It didn't take deep reflection. I felt good about him dying. And the second I felt that way, I was like, ugh, I'm disgusted with myself. But I'm still happy he's dead. I mean, Jerry Falwell, I hope he's fucking rotting in hell. I hope he's getting raped in hell by 1,000 demons. But I can't really think of many people who died where I was like, just Jerry Falwell. can't remember anybody else. Although I didn't cry when Charlie Kirk died. I wasn't like happy he died. I thought it was like kind of shitty that I kind of wish that he made it. I wish that he made it to be a little bit older so he can get his head out of his ass and come out of the closet and, raise his children. And when one of his children ended up gay or something, he would have to accept her and turn around, do something different. Stop. I love that arch. Even Tucker Carlson, I mean, he's a horrible person, but even he's like, I feel really guilty about promoting Donald Trump because of this Iran thing. People are dying because of me. Says Tucker Carlson. I love that. If Tucker Carlson died, I want to have that moment. I love that moment.
A Minnesota comedy venue canceled 6 sold-out shows by the comedian after videos.
Yeah, MAGA can't feel guilt or shame. Yeah, totally. Yeah. James Dobson. Falwell's like the worst. Rush the band? Yeah, Schadenfreude. But Schadenfreude is the joy of, we call it like malicious joy or like joy of, I don't know, Schadenfreude is the joy of somebody else's downfall, right? And I think Schadenfreude is okay. Like when Martha Stewart gets caught doing insider trading and goes to jail, I was like, good, fuck her. But if she got murdered, I wouldn't be like, yay, I would be pretty bummed that Martha Stewart got murdered, But when Martha Stewart got caught stealing and went to jail, I was like, good, all these white-collar criminals. Hopefully it'll be a new world where all the white-collar criminals go to jail. Then it did. That's not what happened, though.
Of him mocking Renee Good's death went viral. Laugh Camp Comedy Club, which is located in downtown St. Paul, dropped all the shows that were scheduled to take place. And they cited heightened threats, increasing media attention, and civil disorder. The ticket buyers would be refunded. To give one a sense that I'm sure you picked up on.
When Limbaugh died, I wasn't happy about it. I mean, I wasn't like, yeah, Rush Limbaugh's dead. I mean, he died of a drug overdose. Didn't he? Drug addiction or something. How did he die? How did Rush Limbaugh die? I thought you meant Rush the band. Today's Tom Sawyer. He died at 70 years old due to complications from stage 4 lung cancer. Dude, he died in Palm Beach, Florida. Man, all these fucking assholes live in Palm Beach. I mean, he was definitely a piece of shit. So, I wasn't sad when Rush Limbaugh died. Rush Limbaugh's kind of like Charlie Kirk. I was like, man. But he didn't. Charlie Kirk was so young. If Charlie Kirk made it to 70 and he never changed and he was just like Rush Limbaugh. Rush Limbaugh went to jail for drug smuggling. And he was a guy who said that drug users should get the death penalty in America. This guy was so conservative, but he was a charlatan. He was a liar. And people realized it, and then he died of lung cancer when he was old. And I guess I kind of wish that Charlie Kirk lived long enough for people to realize that TPUSA is a joke and a hoax and a scam, and that he was just the youth outreach branch of the Republican MAGA movement. And he didn't believe what he was saying, and that he was actually giving money. I wish he was alive for all the trans porn stars to come out, all the OnlyFans models to come out and say, yeah, he gave us a bunch of money. I wish he was alive for that scandal. I really, really do. Today's Tom Sawyer.
Already of this guy's comedy, look no further.
Hotels are racist. You go to the hotel, they got signs in the hallway. Please keep it down in the hallway. Might as well say no blacks allowed at that point. Or they'll have a sign, no cooking in the rooms. That's for Chinese people. They'll bring a hot plate to a Comfort Inn. They will. Well, what? I want to cook a broccoli. Why can't I'm going to boil some water. And then I'm going to steam a broccoli.
Trump tomorrow was like, we're going to put all the homeless people in concentration camps. We'd be like, let's give it a shot. Can you see somebody with a homeless person? She's like, I'm letting that guy go. I'm letting that happen. When I go to vote for Donald Trump for a third term, we won't. Everybody mad that Zorhan won because, he's a Muslim, and people are like, that's not American. They didn't have a Muslim mayor, but what do the Muslims do? They tell their women to keep their mouths shut, go to the kitchen, make some food, right? They have tons of kids, and, they want to shoot gay people. Sounds pretty American to me.
Jesus, people laugh at that. I mean, I guess, look, man, I love comedy. I love going to comedy shows. I like some dark humor. And sometimes when you see these things out of context, it's not really fair. So, but this guy, it's hard to watch those clips after he, kind of weirdly assaulted the other lady, you know, that when he was doing the crowd work. So it just seems like, I don't know, it's hard for me because I've heard some nasty shit on stage. And I laughed because you're in a safe environment. You know, it's okay to laugh at dark shit in a comedy club. And it's not like he did this on Netflix. He's not like he's a comic for, I don't know. I don't want to give this guy enough. I don't want to give this guy out. But I mean, I understand comics. And sometimes comics say shit on stage that you would never hear anywhere else. And it should not be taped, ever. It should not be taped. It should not be consumed on TMZ or on YouTube or anywhere else. Like, it should only be a dark secret in a dark room with drinks, and we all laugh because it's naughty. That's what a comedy club is. And these clips from a comedy club, a little rough, but I mean, the only reason they're doing this is because his thing went viral where he was assaulting the woman.
Trump is not very popular in the international community. What community? A bunch of people going. That's who gives a what they think. Seriously, they wouldn't even have anything if it wasn't for.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, he's making, like, the berating women. See, that's the thing. All of the other stuff, like the racist jokes and the other stuff, I could take it, you know? I could take it. That doesn't bother me that much because I like going to comedy clubs, and sometimes comedy clubs say horrible things. Sometimes comedians say horrible things, and it's funny because it's naughty. Because we all know we're not supposed to talk like that guy up there. And he's saying things that we're not supposed to say. And that's the fun part. And we're all like looking at each other like, oh gosh, ooh, it's so naughty. Those are words we're not supposed to hear or say ever. And that's why I think Netflix and TMZ, why they're ruining comedy. But also there's a trust there that the guy's not supposed to berate somebody. Even if he insults somebody, he doesn't sit there and fucking berate somebody over and over again. And this guy did. He kind of crossed the line. Anyway. There you go. That guy is hilarious. Do you think it's funny? This has to be Steve's favorite comic. I don't even know who this guy is. What's this guy's name? Bub. What's this guy's name? I don't know what his name is. I'm sick of watching him, though, so we're going to skip. Oh, look at this, man. Look at this neighborhood. Was that a comic book store?
Anchored by the bustling Central Avenue, Nob Hill is a neighborhood known for its attractions.
Look how cute. Look how cute.
Many restaurants, bars, and shops come close.
They got to get... that could be my house. I could buy that house.
Close to an assortment of classic homes on quieter streets. One of Nob Hill's hotspots is Matucci's Bar Roma. The restaurant is in a former car dealership and gas station that opened in the 1930s. Little Bear Coffee and Little Bear...
I want to go to Little Bear Coffee, man. I've heard so much about Little Bear. I want to go to Little Bear Coffee. Banakis. Isn't Banakis something that you spray in your mouth to make you not have bad breath like in the 80s? They're like... and you spray it in your mouth so you don't have bad breath. Remember that? Spraying like an aerosol down your face, causing the ozone layer to deplete. I think it was aerosol. Yeah, I think that was Banaka. Banaka. Yeah. Same thing, guy, right? Banaka. Remember that shit? Do people know what that is? No one knows what I'm talking about. There's a difference between bullying and comedy. Yes, Smoking Blondie. Yes. Like, you could tell dirty jokes. You could tell racist jokes. You could tell all sorts of jokes on stage in a comedy club. But bullying somebody in the audience is different. I totally agree with you, Smoking Blondie. He crossed a line, and so now because of that, people are showing all of his dirtiest jokes, and he looks like a piece of shit. And he is a piece of shit, but hopefully he'll learn his lesson. But he won't learn his lesson. He'll be like, they're canceling me because I said bad words. No, they're canceling you because you bullied a woman. And you called her an R word, and you said all these things like, no, sorry. Yeah, aerosol. Dude, so many things. When they made aerosol canisters illegal, Primatene Mist was a cheap knockoff asthma medication that I could use when I was a kid because I didn't have enough money to have the Ventolin inhaler. And so when I was having an emergency, I could run into a drugstore and get Primatene Mist. And then sort of recently, I was like, I think I might be having an asthma attack. Oh, shit. Am I having an asthma attack? And so I went to the CVS. I'm like, do you guys have Primatene Mist? And they're going, no. We haven't had that since they outlawed aerosol. I went, Oh my God. It's been a long time since I bought Primatene Mist, but they banned aerosol cans. And so now cheap, poor people inhalers don't exist. What the hell? That sucks. What's wrong with saying it's a medical term? It is not a medical term, Street Freak, and you know that. You know it's not a medical term. You know it's an offensive slur. You're playing stupid, and it's beneath you. It's beneath me. It's beneath you. Little Bear. I want to go to Little Bear, dude. Look how cool this like brutalist architecture.
Their PM neighborhood bar offers caffeine boosts by day and cocktails by night.
Does cocktails at night?
La Montañita Food Co-op.
This is La Montañita. That's where I want to go. I want to walk to this place and go supermarket shopping, smoking Blondie. I just want to walk here and get my groceries.
A close-by spot for organic grocery items. Central Avenue sometimes doubles as an event space.
What?
The Route 66 Summerfest in July draws people to the area for live music, food,
Route 66 Fest,
trucks, and more. Many of the early to mid-20th century
like that. Look at these curved. Look at the curved corners and shit. How do I get one of those?
Homes in this neighborhood have distinct Pueblo or Spanish colonial styling.
Pueblo, bro.
A lot have already been updated, but prices range from $200,000 to $800,000.
$200,000 to $800,000, man. I could buy a house there. I can buy 2 houses there. I could buy a house there. Man, I need to save up my pennies and move to New Mexico, Albuquerque. I want to go to Albuquerque.
Depending on the condition. Locals can scratch their competitive itch with a game of tennis on the courts of Wellesley Park. Nearby McDuffie Park is popular among dog walkers. Commuters have access to the Albuquerque Rapid Transit bus line on Central Avenue.
What?
Cycling is another way to get around, and there are bike lanes on roads like Lead Avenue. The Albuquerque International Sunport and Interstate 25.
They don't call the airport. It's not an airport in Albuquerque. It's a sunport. I don't know why they call it a sunport. It's not an airport there. They have a sunport. Yeah. He did a Renee Good and Alex Jones unfunny. Yeah, they're not funny. What do you think about this? Go! Kirk leaning to the left at the end is hilarious. It would have happened. He did lean to the left. Look up houses in Davao City, Philippines. Vegan Dylan, I cannot go to the Philippines, man. They'll fucking chop off my head there. I can't go to the Philippines, man. They'll kill me. What do you mean go to the Philippines? I saw your comment. I replied to your comment on one of the videos. I can't go to the Philippines, bro. They'll fucking murder me. I'll get killed in the Philippines. Definitely. Also, the whole point of moving is so that I can continue having a creative life and meet people in the streets and like walk to places and know people and have community. That's the point. Where I live right now is like one of the most beautiful places in America. I love where I live, but it's really difficult to like meet anybody ever. You do not walk anywhere here. You go to your car, you go to this place, then you get back out and you go back into your car. You could try to hang out, but the beers cost $10.50. You could try to go to cafes, but the coffee costs too much. Gasoline costs $6.50. It's like I'm getting nickeled and dimed everywhere. My taxes are going up. Everything is like I'm making less. They're charging me more. That's Trump's America. So I gotta do something. And I'm thinking, Albuquerque. People are so nice there. Yeah, but they're not. Do they speak English? Because I don't speak Tagalog, I don't speak Tagalog. I speak exactly 0 Tagalog.
Are both about 3 miles away. Public school possibilities vary by address. A possible path is to start at Bandelier Elementary, which has an A- grade on niche, before moving on to the C-rated Wilson Middle.
I can have a kid and have an A- school.
And B-rated Highland High. The 23,000-student University of New Mexico is just about a mile away. Nob Hill is a hub of things to do, and a place where people can live close to the action.
Close to the action? I want to live close to the action. Look how nice. They got a bus in the middle of the Route 66. I know, it just looks so cute. Look at the size of that sky. Am I right? I'm going to miss seeing the mountains, maybe. I might miss seeing the mountains. Yeah, fuck it. Who needs mountains? That's in homes.com. They're making me want to go. Don't reproduce. Enough humans, says Veganosaur. Well, I'm not going to go out. I'm not like gonna go out and like with that express purpose, but I might, you know, you never know what's gonna happen with Skyjack Morgan. You never know what's gonna happen. I didn't think I'd be doing gaming streaming either, and here I am doing it. I'm practically an Asmund Gold. I'm gonna be bigger than Asmund Gold. It's gonna be bigger. I'm gonna be bigger than Asmund Gold. That's right. Asmund Gold's just a complainer. Asmund Gold. Maybe he is just a complainer, but people love him. He calls people the R word, especially women. Don't leave Skyjack. Callie needs you. Callie don't need me. California does not need me. I love California. Maybe I'll be back. I love California so much. I'm born here. I love it. I wake up, I go outside every morning and dump my coffee in my garden, and I look at the sky, and I'm like, this is a beautiful day. I love it. I love reading by my window, the bright sun, but they get plenty of sun down there. Yeah. Get a sugar mama. Lots in the LA area. Oh, yeah. Should I get a sugar mama? How do I get one? How do you find them? Did I just explain to you that I can't meet anybody in this fucking town? Have you spent much time there before? Not a lot. I've been mostly to Taos and Santa Fe, but I've been to Albuquerque a couple times, like driving through, and I've always been like, it's kind of nice. All right, it's kind of cute. That was kind of my impression, right? Because I would usually stop. I'll be honest with you. The reason why Lateral Atlas I've stopped in Albuquerque several times is because I know they have vegan restaurants there. So I'll like drive. If I'm driving across America, which I've done a bunch of times, or driving to Texas, or driving, and I have to drive through New Mexico, I will be like on the map going, okay, vegan restaurants, New Albuquerque. And so I would stop at vegan restaurants in Albuquerque. And they were great. They had good ones. Do you know how badly you have to be abused mammals to make them not want to have kids? Yes, yes. Do you know how badly you have to abuse animals? I said that. Are you quoting me? Are you quoting me? Sky will return to Cali in 15 years, maybe. I don't know. I'll be old. 15 years. And Pete, I'd be like that. Flower. What's wrong with you, Flower? You feeling okay, buddy? Skyjack, I know why you're going to New Mexico. Why, Terra Firma? You figured it out. Oh my gosh, you figured it out. Share with me, please. Pacific Northwest for life. That's great, but it's a little cold for me. I can't do it up there. Sounds like a you problem. Ooh, Nevada. I love Nevada. I lived in Las Vegas for 5 years, I think. 5 years? Something like that. 13 to 2018. Yeah, about 5 years I lived in Las Vegas. I loved it. Fucking loved it. I always wanted to live in New Mexico. Might be cold sometimes, but not Albuquerque. Not so. At Santa Fe does get cold. It gets a little cold. Yeah. You have a fever. Is it cowbell? Is it for cowbell? I'll sugar mama you, Blondie. You're sick, friend. It's okay. I get it. What am I sick about? Man, what is this about? God, you guys, you're killing me.
He really wasted my time. He was like, okay,
have you guys seen this? This is Nemo chess, and she went to this she went to this Magic the Gathering tournament, and this guy freaked out on her.
Okay, so we need to rewind a little, because this was genuinely one of the craziest weekends of my life, and somehow it all started with the Magic the Gathering tournament. Yeah, we'll come back to that part later. I flew to Las Vegas to
This guy wouldn't even shake her hand. Because he lost at chess and he flipped her off and everything?
Playing Dual Land, a two-headed giant MTG charity tournament hosted by FlyQuest. This was my first time playing MTG. My usual card game in Vegas is poker, so it was super cool to be doing MTG here at Level Up Expo.
So this is a Canadian streamer that I follow. She's really good at chess. She's a woman's grandmaster, and I've always liked her content, and I like her little chess stuff. She'll go and play Street Hustlers, and she'll hustle chess on the streets. It's pretty fun, because that was always my style of chess. I always liked playing in the street, and she plays the type of games that I play. She plays 1 and 3 minute games, I think. And that's mostly what I play is 1 and 3 minute games. But she's so much better than me. She has like, I think, double my chess ELO. She's like twice as good as me. But which is great though, because she's a woman's grandmaster, so it makes sense. She's really fucking good at chess. Especially blitz and bullet chess.
who had a giant partner, Talia, show me deck building and learning how to play in person. And somehow
She's a professional poker player. I think that's how she makes it. She streams.
we went 3-0 on day 1 and made semifinals, which, for somebody competitive like me, was very exciting.
Do any of you guys play Magic the Gathering? I loved it when I was in high school. When I got divorced, I gave some kid all my cards, and he cried because they were like really good cards, and he said, "You should sell these." And I said, "I can't. I need to get the fuck out of here. I'm moving to Vegas." I should have taken them. There was only a small box. You know, it was like it was a big box. It was like this big of a box of cards. But I was I was like, I'm never going to play Magic the Gathering again. Why would I want to bring these cards?
We did end up losing in the semifinals to Danny and Mina, but honestly, it was such a fun experience. Huge congratulations to LS and Raynard for winning the whole thing. After losing the semifinals, I decided to boot up my stream nearby. I chatted with FlyQuest and Chess.com previously to give out prizes to anybody that beat me at chess. Nobody was beating me that day, so I just started giving out the prizes I had left. And then
nobody beat me. That's like the thing, right? I have these free games. I have this free shit I'll give you if you could beat me at chess, and nobody can play because they're all Magic. It's a Magic the Gathering convention, so of course nobody really knows how to play chess. And she's just killing everybody, right? She's just slaying. So she just starts giving away free shit. Makes sense, right?
This guy.
Well, best of luck. Take your queen.
Oh shit, I can do that. What happens if I run out of time?
You lose the game. But it's okay, you can use some of mine.
That's so kind. So a lot of times when you're playing speed chess, someone will ask you, what happens if I run out of time? That happens a lot when you play people speed chess who aren't used to it. And you have to tell them, yeah, you're going to lose. Oh, shit. And she's so nice. She says, don't worry. Forget about the time. I'll give you my time. Not that big of a deal, okay? That's very nice of her. Super nice in the world of chess to do that.
Next time. Yeah. Okay.
You know what? I started.
Are you sure? Okay. GG's. All right.
Took forever.
So
Good game. Okay, but he was waiting in line, I guess, to play her for whatever reason. And he wouldn't even shake her hand. Took forever and leaves and took her mic with him. He had a mic on and he took it with him.
Yeah.
I feel like you really wasted my time.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that.
That guy, you're like, oh, I missed you at dinner later.
Yeah. Can I
Just rush through it.
Is there a day I can make up for it? I can give you Chess.com time and membership. Okay, there you go. Take picture of that one too. Sorry about that. I'm really sorry if you feel like you wasted your time.
She gave him like 4 months free on chess.com diamond level. I want that, Nemo. Could I get that? Could you hook me up? Because I'm fucking broke and I play chess every day and I have to watch ads right now because I canceled my paid membership on chess.com and I'm frustrated, man. I paid for like 2 years. I think I had a paid membership for like 5 years. At least 5 or 6 years on chess.com. And I canceled it this year because I'm broke. And she's out there giving assholes diamond memberships. Come on, Nemo. Hook me up, baby. Hook me up, Nemo. Nemo, hook me up. You're undefeated against me. You are undefeated against me. yeah. You won on time. It's a fair thing. You won on time. It's a fair win. You beat the shit out of me. You did.
You did listen.
Okay.
So, fuck you, but hope you have fun finishing.
Okay.
So yeah, that's kind of
this face. Now, this is a woman who goes to, like, she plays people in the streets of major cities and has heard it all. Like, people will say horrible shit to her. And this guy, you waste my time, fuck you, and flips her off.
how the whole interaction happened. I was honestly a little bit discombobulated after that, but hey, when you're live on stream, sometimes you just roll with the punches. So after stream, I had a really nice dinner with FlyQuest as well as some of the competitors and casters from the event. And overall, it ended up being a really great trip where I got to learn Magic and made a lot of new friends. Definitely a weekend I won't be forgetting.
Poor Nemo. Poor Nemo. Well, does anybody play Magic the Gathering? I haven't played it in so many years. Guys, it's urgent. I get it. Thought about it. All makes sense. What are you saying, man? That I've got the fever? I need more cowbell? And gotta have more cowbell. More cowbell. Gotta have it. Got fever. Yeah. That's it. That's it. I used to play Magic the Gathering. Magic the Gathering's fun, right? It really is a fun game. I don't know how it's progressed because now there's so many cards. But man, it was so fun playing that game. I really enjoyed it when I was a kid. It explains New Mexico. The cowbell does? Cowbell. Why does it explain New Mexico? Doesn't Trump own a discombobulator? Dude, Trump is a discombobulator. Haven't you been feeling discombobulated the last years. Since 2013, since 2016, haven't you been discombobulated? Walking, Christopher Walken. You know what I really like? So sometimes you go into restaurants and back of house in the kitchen, there's a picture of Christopher Walken on the walk-in cooler. It's a restaurant joke. It's quite common. You'll see Christopher Walken's photograph on the walk-in cooler at the restaurant. Very commonplace. Don't be surprised if you go to a restaurant and you see that. Now you know the joke. The last 10 years, man, so hard, so hot. I learned cutthroat barter in grade school, trading of magic cards. Yeah. Sorry, my disc Bobby. I was out of, I didn't have, I never played in school, but I used to hang at this coffee shop and we were playing cards and chess. And, you know, I was under 21 for sure. And somebody started bringing magic cards and we all got really into magic cards, started buying packs and shit, getting into it. And I really liked it. You have Latin fever. High five. Latin fever? No, I don't have Latin fever. No, I don't have Latin fever. Nope. I mean, my last girl was Latina, but before that, my girlfriend was from Taiwan. Before that, my girlfriend was Korean, but she was adopted here as a child with white people. Before that, I was with white girls, and then before that, I mean, I don't know. I've been with all sorts of women. I don't know what you mean. No, I do not have. Yay, Honest Doubter! Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yes. Are you single now? Yes, I'm single right now. I'm single and ready to mingle. Thank you to Honest Doubter so much. Can I get some W's in the chat for Honest Doubter for helping me out, helping the channel out, helping the independent media out? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Asians are cousins? Come on, man. What is with you guys? I am totally okay with everybody. I have no racial preference when it comes to friends, lovers, anything. I have no racial preference. Thank you. Sky went to H Mart. H Mart. What is H Mart? H Mart. I don't know what that is. What is H Mart? I don't know. I only hope these gift memberships aren't going to bots. They don't normally go to bots. They usually go to people who are engaged. So usually they go to good people. Thank you. Escape from California featuring Skyjack Morgan. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Robert Simmons. No, I don't have Latin fever. That's not a thing. I mean, I've always loved, I grew up in LA, so I kind of have been around a lot of Latinos, but no. Per capita, more Latinos, also Asians are cousins, no problem. Everybody has a preference, nothing wrong, attraction. Terra Firma, calm down. Calm down. I do not have a preference for Latinas. If anything, I generally don't like people who have these big families, and a lot of Latinos do, so I don't really go with people who have like these massive families. So I don't really get that. So no. Yes. What is woman? Good question. Made it to Arizona, Robert. Thank you for being here. You made it all the way to Arizona. Nice. I would love to date a non-white woman, something I've never done. You've never... Well, here's the thing. It's just culture stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I've been around a long time. Most of my girlfriends have been different, other than white. But I don't know. I don't have a racial preference. That's the whole thing. And I usually hang out in circles, and when I do have, I'm in Orange County, so I don't have any friends that live close to me because I live in fucking Orange County. But when I do have a circle of friends that I see all the time, they're usually very diverse. Just the thing. Thanks, everybody, for asking about that.
Side.
Sky, if 2 vegans are having it, oh, fuck you.
I'm your neighborhood reporter, Hayden Bailey, in Appleton. Mayor Woodford yesterday released a statement on flock safety's future in the city. In it, he says that all flock automated license plate.
I said I always wanted a family. Did I always want a family? No, I'm like, I don't always want a family. Is that sometimes when other people have families, I'm like, oh, is this what it's supposed to be? Is this what family's like? I don't know if that means that I always wanted a family. Not really.
Readers will go. I spoke with community members today to gauge their reactions.
I mean, personal privacy is important, of course, but
in a way, like, I guess because my family just wasn't a great like model of a family. Sort of. I've kind of always wanted it's not that I always wanted a family. I always wish that my family was more beneficial or something. I was better. I wish that my family was a better family. Most people feel that way, I hope. They wish that their family was like less dysfunctional and more, I don't know, functional, healthy. I wish that my family was healthy, but it never was.
In it, he says that all flock automated license plate readers will go. I spoke with community members today to gauge their reactions.
I mean, personal privacy is important, of course, but it is good to have the cameras there because,
Why?
there's a lot of people doing bad things, being on their phone, maybe drinking.
Oh, yeah. The cameras, because people are on their phones when they drive. We need cameras on us all the time. That's what we need. Stop. You need more cameras because some people use their phones.
And driving.
Other people were concerned more broadly about the state of surveillance in the world.
The problem is it's not just the flock cameras. They're being surveilled everywhere by everything. I mean, I've got a little phone here that I'm sure it's tracking me.
Yep.
Appleton Mayor Jake Woodford says he's heard the community feedback, and that's why he wants to remove flock cameras from Appleton.
We pay close attention to what's happening in our communities and also with vendors that we use, and also hearing from our constituents about concerns that they've had with this particular company and the technology.
However, this wouldn't remove other ALPR companies. The Appleton Common Council recently proposed a separate resolution to remove all license plate readers instead of only removing flock cameras.
They want to try out Axon, and while perhaps Axon is a better vendor, it seems a bit insane to me that we're just going to be like, here's this giant mess with over 600,000 examples of abuse by law enforcement. Let's just give it another shot.
Axon, of course, is the one that makes the body cameras, and I think they make tasers, right? They make tasers and body cameras for cops. They're very famous. They make lots and lots of money for police. Let's give it to Axon. That'll make it better. Yeah.
All of this comes nearly 2 weeks after Oshkosh also removed their flock safety cameras. For now, though, Appleton flock cameras will remain until further action is taken. NBC 26 will keep you updated as the story progresses. I'm your neighborhood reporter, Hayden Bailey, in Appleton with NBC 26.
There you go. They're getting rid of it in Appleton. They're getting rid of it. Where the fuck is Appleton anyway? Appleton cameras. Where is it? Where is Appleton? Appleton Mayor ending flock cameras. They are. Oh, they're up in Wisconsin. They're getting rid of the flock cameras. I think that's great. Appleton, Wisconsin gets rid of the flock cameras. Heck yeah, man. Get rid of those fucking things. I don't want to be on camera all the time. I'm sick of it. It's an abuse. It's an abuse of power. Are you one of those people against racism, or are you a fence sitter who says freedom of speech? I'm against racism. I'm a fucking anarchist. No, I don't think. I'm not a liberal, buddy. Doza Gaming. Great question. I'm not a liberal who thinks that the Nazis just need another seat at the table because they're a marginalized voice. I say it's okay to punch Nazis. Is that fair enough to say? I don't know what I'm allowed to say over on Twitch, but no, I'm not one of those. No. Am I anti-racist? Yes, I'm completely against racism and fascism. Anti-racist. I think I guess you must have just tuned in because we were just talking about how most of my girlfriends in my life have been non-white, and I don't like racists. Don't like racists, don't like racism. No siree. No siree Bobsky. Don't like it. Flock doesn't put the cams down, although they were told to. What? Time for civil disobedience. Let's go and smash those cameras then, I guess, right? We just got to smash the cameras. Get rid of all surveillance. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of constantly being surveilled. In fact, I'm going to break this phone in half right now. It didn't work. Damn it. I tried. I guess I'm still going to be surveilled. But aren't all dominators Nazis? Almost too specific. Aren't all dominators Nazis? I mean, that's why I normally just call myself anti-authoritarian, and didn't really like calling, letting everyone know that I was an anarchist, because anti-authoritarian is pretty right on the nose. But, whatever. Let's see. Doza Gaming says, I had a racist interaction recently with a business of over 20 years in Richwood, Ohio. I'm looking to spread awareness. Wanted to see if you wouldn't mind checking it out. I record the call. Sure, I'll check it out one of these days for sure. You should call in. I do a call-in show every day. You can call in, and you can send me the link. We'll watch it. You got to call in and talk to me at usually around 12 or 1 o'clock. Subscribe on YouTube. Hit the bell. Put the bell on. You'll know when I'm live. Yeah, it's okay. He attracted to certain characteristics. It's when you elevate to think less of others are racist. I guess, man, look, you're really fixated on this Latina thing, but you're completely wrong.
You want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Have you guys seen this shit? It sucks because I love these crocodile games, but have you seen these guys?
So what you're looking at are 4 YouTube channels live streaming at the same time, except they're not actually live. Here, pay attention to the second video on the...
These guys aren't even live? I see these guys all the time, and I'm always like, how is this a thing?
Left, and see if you can spot anything weird. Guys, 2 more seconds. Oh, just cut! Tell me you saw the cut. That's right. These live streams are actually all looped, pre-recorded videos made to trick children into giving them money.
Press it right now if you want Robux, and send me the laughing disco. Anyone does a red super chat, you're gonna get 1,000,000 Robux right now, okay, bro?
Now, according to these gentlemen,
they're always doing the everybody right now, okay? Oh, you're gonna get this. They're so over the top. I'm always wondering how they keep the energy up for so long, but now it makes sense. It's looping. It's being looped. Now I understand.
This is all above board.
Yo, Jack, you need to stop trying to expose us, bro. Leave us alone.
We're not doing anything wrong, bro. We're not doing anything wrong.
Guys, we are so sorry, guys. We all do the crocodile streams.
However, according to YouTube's own terms of service, I'm thinking it ain't. So let's start from the top. A while ago, you guys told me about a YouTuber by the name of Joxy. Big channel, over 1 million subs. And I noticed he happened to be live at the time. So I checked it out.
Big channel, over 1 million subs.
And this is what it was.
And then I'm gonna click the green call button right now, live on stream, and I'm gonna call 911 right now.
By the way, they never call 911. This is a very common tactic you'll see across
I'm gonna call 911. Oh my god.
Bunch of live streams. And the goal of this is to drive that viewer count up and keep the viewer's attention. Now, as I was watching this video, I noticed something.
Do you guys ever see this shit?
Let's do it, chat. Let's do it. Everyone in the chat, lock in.
Nope. One more time.
Let's do it. Everyone in the chat, lock in.
That little cut right there means this is all pre-recorded footage. Even though the channel says it's live, it's deceptively broadcasting edited footage. And it's about to get a whole lot weirder. I swear, I didn't edit this next part.
Right now, here we go. And fine.
Yeah, how can children send money? That's a good question. How do they send money? I guess you could if you are on your parents' account and you have the super chat set up, you could do it, right? You could totally do it. If you're on your parents' account, you could do it.
4. Okay, let's choose another person for some Robux, guys. Who in the chat wants Robux right now? Everyone right now.
All of a sudden, we've taken a hard shift into the next phase of this scam, live stream. So first, he claims he'll give you Robux, the in-game currency for the popular video game Roblox. But then he says this.
Whoever is the first person to click the little gift box at the bottom right-hand corner, right there, and send me the laughing disco. Whoever is the first person to do that, I'm gonna pick you, and you're gonna be next.
Let's all learn what that means. When you watch a live streamer on YouTube, you can send them little gifts that cost real-world money. And this laughing disco ball costs just south of $5. So Joxy is saying that whoever sends him this...
I've never gotten a laughing disco ball on YouTube.
Disco ball thing will in return receive Robux. And look, it's working. These people in the live chat both sent him laughing discos. What? But then he says this.
Okay, skinny Gordra. Okay, you're getting Robux, Skinny Gordra.
Now, I haven't seen the name Skinny Gordra anywhere in the chat. But to be fair, the chat's going pretty fast. A lot of people want Robux, and it's easy to miss some names. So my first thought was, okay, so he baits viewers with this pre-recorded calling 911 part, but this part's live, and maybe he's giving actual Robux to real people. Then I kept watching.
Guys, hurry up. Tell me your username in the chat right now.
Guys, okay, hurry up. Tell me, hurry up. Do it now. Like, it's just... Man, I'm so glad I'm watching this because I come across these things when I try to watch live streams, see what other people are doing, and I run into this type of shit all the time, and I'm like, this is what live streaming is? Fuck, man. How can I compete with this?
Choose another person for some Robux.
Uh-oh.
Whoever is the first person to click the little gift.
Hey, thanks for that, Doza Gaming. I usually go live at noon every Monday through Friday, California time.
Box at the bottom right hand corner, right there, and send me the laughing disco. Whoever is the first person to do that, I'm gonna pick you, and you're gonna be next. You're gonna be next. Okay, skinny Gordra. Gordra. Okay, you're getting Roblox skinny Gordra.
That's right. This loops over and over again.
It's just
this live
8
stream
minutes?
isn't live at all, but an edited loop meant to trick viewers with this false sense of urgency. Like, hurry, hurry, hurry. And as you can see, it kind of works. $10.
Yeah, it looks like, hey, everybody, Doza Gaming just subbed over on YouTube. Isn't that cool? Thank you so much for subbing. I appreciate you, man. I'm trying to be a YouTuber. I want to be bigger than Asmund Gold.
Here, $20 there, and he does this over and over and over again, multiple times a day,
Crazy.
every day. Now, let me make one thing clear. There's nothing inherently wrong with
this guy's making lots of money, man. These kids are making lots.
Asking for donations in a live stream. But telling your viewers that they'll get Robux in exchange for little tokens they have to pay for, when the whole thing is
Okay, right now, guys, if you just all I need is a super chat. If you give me a red super chat right now, oh my god, if you give me a red super chat right now, oh my god, I'm gonna give you 1,000,000 Robux, okay? 1,000,000 Robux. Oh my god, I'm gonna do your 1,000,000 Robux. A red one right now. Please give me a red subscribe. God, what is? I'm lightheaded. I can't do that for 8 minutes. I'm surprised they do. No wonder he loops it. He's making. I'm gonna pass out doing that. Hyperventilate. They always hyperventilating, man.
Recorded and not actually live. Well, that's a scam, which is why I reported it as such. But you can guess what that did. In the time it took me to send this, he got 3 more laughing discos. And remember, he's doing this all day, every day. So I'm starting to not really love this guy.
Yeah, the rubber bands on the watermelon. I see that one a lot too. Oh my god, guys! I'm gonna put one more. How many rubber bands? I'm gonna put 5 rubber bands. Oh my god! Oh yeah.
Let's take another look at this channel. If we click the little bio here, it says this channel is owned by Joxy's management team. Joxy does not.
Do we wonder how Charlie got harmed, but people like Asmund Gold or Nick Fuentes are just fine? Do you wonder that? I don't wonder that at all. No, I don't wonder that at all. I figure because Charlie Kirk was worth more money and pissed off the wrong people, and when a lot of people want you dead, that's how you end up. You start pissing off your own people, they end up killing you. Nick Fuentes hasn't pissed off his own people. He always pisses off other people. And other people aren't going to kill him. He's going to get killed by his own fans. Nick Fuentes will eventually... It depends. We'll see what happens. What do you think is going to happen with Nick Fuentes? Like, in 20 years, if Nick Fuentes is alive, what do you think will happen? Let me know in the chat. How do you feel? What will happen to Nick Fuentes if he's still alive in 20 years? Is he still going to be a crazy... He's going to be like David Duke, like never gives up the bigotry? Or is he going to come around? I think he'll come around. He'll be like, oh, maybe Jews aren't maybe it is just the billionaires. Sorry about the Jew stuff. It turns out the billionaires are the only ones that are God damn it. I thought it was the Jews, but it's the billionaires. There's some overlap, but really it's the money. You know, Emma Goldman, there's this thing that Emma Goldman wrote about women voting and women in power. And it's so hard to read. And if you don't know who Emma Goldman is, she's an anarchist thinker that I like a lot. But there's this one thing she wrote this essay about women that's really hard to read. But at the end of the day, it's saying, like, you can elect whoever you want, women, black people, it doesn't matter. Because once they're in a position of power, they act like all the other assholes in power because they have power. Because the hierarchy in the system is what's corrupt. You keep thinking, oh, you know what? We're going to elect a black man to president and everything's going to be A-okay. And it's not. It's just not. Still surveillance, still concentration camps, still state violence, still police brutality. We're going to elect a woman to president and it's going to change everything. If we just get women to vote, everything will be A-okay. And it's not. No third party has emerged. There's no like equal rights amendment did not get ratified. There's nothing good has happened since women have gotten the right to vote because they tend to vote just like their husbands do and they end up under the boot heel anyway. And if they get in power, they do the same thing the men do, because the power structure is the thing that's corrupting us. It's the thing that's holding us back. It's the thing that's holding us down. It's the thing that's keeping us from our humanity. Anyway, sorry about the tangent. You got me on a tangent about Nick Fuentes there, Doza Gaming. Thank you. I danced to Charlie Kirky as much as the next guy saying it's a boiling point. Nick versus Fuentes. Those groypers, they didn't like Charlie, that's for sure. Fuentes will fully embrace his secret Catboy kinks. You think? I saw a guy crack a carbon bike frame with 150 rubber bands. Oh my god. He did go outside. Yes, yeah, Charlie went outside too. He did go outside. That happens. My love language is don't touch me unless I want you to, but I need you to try to touch me even when I don't want it. That's your love language? Very nice. That's very nice. Oh shit, I just saw Mr. Good Citizen. The fact you let rhetoric get you violent is major weakness. Who gets you violent? Hit that like button, folks. Yeah, Charlie pissed off the wrong people. That's it. Yeah. That's all that happened. Humanity will always have the affliction and never consistent. I don't know. A couple bloodbaths can... Baptism in blood usually fixes a lot of stuff.
Not have access to the channel. Weird. It kind of reads like a disclaimer meant to distance the personality from the channel. I'm sure we won't see that again. Well, let's take a look at his most recent video.
Israel. No, it's just kind of like you can't. There's never going to be a smoking gun like that. It's kind of like with Kennedy. People are going, "Wow, he pissed off the mafia." Yeah, check. He pissed off the Cubans. Yeah, check. Pissed off the Russians. Check. He pissed off the CIA. Check. And then somebody killed him. Yeah, of course, man. JFK pissed off a lot of people. You can't piss off everybody. It's kind of like he also pissed off the white supremacists because back then the KKK hated Catholics. Don't forget that. People forget about that part about JFK, first Catholic president. But it's kind of like when you work at a restaurant, sometimes you get a bunch of servers that call out sick. And the way you fix that is by calling in more bartenders. And that doesn't make sense, right? But the truth is, you can be short. Sometimes you could just call in more cooks. It's crazy. Because sometimes, just because there are fewer people on the floor, you can speed up the kitchen by adding more labor and then push the food out more quickly so that you can at least have fast service and so that the people on the floor aren't overworked. And we don't crash the kitchen. So there's all these things that you could do. But the point is, you can't be short everywhere. You can't be short at the bar, on the tables, on the floor, and in the kitchen. You can't be short all over. And if you are, your whole restaurant's going to crash. I feel like that's why JFK got killed, and I think that's why Charlie Kirk got killed. But hey. And he was killed in a country where everybody gets shot. Yeah, I mean, I'm a gun owner, so everyone's a gun owner, right? Everyone's a gun owner, right? America just cut a server due to low demand. Yeah. That's what happened. Yes.
Titled, We're So Sorry.
Hi guys. We're so sorry. We are so sorry. Guys, we all do the crocodile streams. Guys, I'm gonna be honest. We might not be truthful with you guys.
Charming. I do take some solace in that it's been disliked to hell and all of the comments are dunking on these chuds. But still. But oh, what's this? Joxy and
watches.
5 more? Oh, it links to more channels. Why, it's a whole network of Roblox chuds. And wow, some of these are huge. So over the last few weeks, I have been collecting these types of channels like Pokemon. And I've made a group tab on Chrome, chuds. And wow.
A million. God damn it, 500,000 subscribers.
Some of these are huge. So over the last few weeks, I have been collecting...
I'm jealous of these guys' followings.
These types of channels like Pokemon. And I've made a group tab on Chrome called Roblox Chuds. I've clocked 12 of them so far, and I'm sure I'm not even close to catching them all. Oh, look, this one's live right now. Oh my god, it's the exact same scam we just saw on Joxy's channel. Quite literally, the same video.
Whoever is the first...
Yeah, that's literally what they do. Yeah, when the server gets behind, they do the dance. That's right. That's exactly what happens. Yeah. Or when it's not just when the kitchen gets in the weeds. The kitchen gets in the weeds or the door's crashing. If there's any part of the restaurant that's crashing, Texas Roadhouse sends the dancers out. Yeah, they make them all dance. They do that at a lot of restaurants. They used to do that at Johnny Rockets too. When they get crazy, when something's going wrong, they start dancing and everyone's like, "Oh, That's so sweet, so nice. Yeah, a lot of bars do that too. We'll send out a round, some cheap drink. We'll send out a round for everybody, and it's like, oh, that's because everyone's waiting too long. So send out free drinks for everybody. When I used to work at Coveting Crook, no, I don't want the crooked money. Joyous, I want the followers, the subscribers. These may be AI video characters. When I worked at this Mexican concept, and anytime somebody went, like, you just send out free chips and salsa to everybody, or hummus. You set out hummus to everybody. Oh yeah, hey, here's some hummus. Sorry, everything's taken fucking 45 minutes today. Send out, or when I worked at a brewery, we sent out a half pint. We sent out a bunch of beers to everybody. Everyone shut the fuck up.
Person to click the little gift box at the bottom right hand corner.
When I first came across this network of grifters, I checked to see if any of them were live, and 3 of them were. From left to right, there's Nexy, Silex, and Joxy. Later, Bacon.
People use the freedom of speech thing all the time, Doza Gaming. You know, like, oh yeah, false followers, same. Yeah, I guess they're false. I don't know. Whatever. I was just making a joke. I'm jealous that they got 1 million subscribers. It's okay, Joyous 777. I'm not trying to buy subscribers or something. I just feel like it's sad that they have 1 million and I don't. I'm working harder than they are. You know what I'm saying? People who soft launch racism. Yeah, it's freedom of speech. It's freedom of speech, though. You know, I don't mind in like a comedy club, but like in public forums, I think it's bad news.
Shafi also went live. And yes, all of these live streams are just pre-recorded, looped footage. You can see the cuts in all of them. Here's Nexy's cut, Silex's cut, Joxy's cut, and Bacon's cut. Predictably, Joxy's stream on the right eventually turned into the Robux grift. But what was really funny was when Bacon's stream did the exact same thing, and I was able to record my reaction live.
Okay, let's distribute this, guys. Someone in the chat. Who wants some Robux, guys?
Yes. Holy shit. 2 scams. Don't worry, I checked. This footage also loops. So to recap, these are all grown-ass men begging children for donations, weaponizing their audience's gullibility against them, and tricking them into this deceitful, predatory grift. But hey, they feel real bad about the whole thing.
At the end of the day, we just needed one more laughing.
Now, if you know anything about me, you know that I wasn't going to have any of that. So I started to stream live when they would stream live. Oh, they're doing it at the same time. I love it. Laughing disco. Give us laughing disco, and then we'll give you Robux. Now, it was at this point when some very funny things started to happen. One night, I made them break character. While running their usual grift, they interrupted their looped footage to actually go live, like for real, and address me on one of their channels. They haven't removed it yet. And I'll share that with you guys in a little bit. Oh, there it is. Hello.
Everybody's spam, go away from you. Everybody's spam.
Hey, buddy.
We actually do this online.
What's the scam?
Yo! Oh my gosh.
What's the scam?
Pick up.
At some point. Yo, Jack, you need to stop trying to expose us, bro. Leave us alone.
We're not doing anything wrong, bro. We're not doing anything wrong.
Oh, really?
What are you doing, bro? Come on. You gotta stop.
Quick. Everybody join the stream and say go.
Solid defense, fellas, but I don't think that will hold up in a, you know.
It really is amazing. They're making all this money off of this shit. That's fucking crazy. Are they making how much? God. Your work will show if you're doing it honestly. I know. I'm working on it. Don't worry.
Dude, that's so cool. I remember my first beer too. One thing I do like about these guys, besides their charm, is how sloppy they are. They're very sloppy, and they make my job so much easier. For example, they'll frequently forget to hide one of their looped streams, and anyone can go back and watch it. So the next night, I went live going through an old stream of theirs to point out all of the obvious cuts when something spectacular happened. Okay, so he's showing you how to do it. He's like, guys, send me this. Did you see that?
A few moments later.
Hard to see, but it says like 246 or something. And there are clearer shots of the iPhone being like thrown up at you so you can see the time, but it's really funny. Like, let's go. They finally took it down. Vid privated. Go ahead and mark VOD immediately gets deleted /private. Oh, right. I forgot to mention, we played bingo to this live. It was very funny. These guys gave us so many spaces. People got multiple bingos. It was a great night. I always delete the evidence when I am innocent.
We're not doing anything wrong, bro.
But arguably, the best moment was when Joxy himself.
I always delete the evidence when I'm innocent. Yeah, that makes sense. Like Donald Trump with Jeffrey Epstein, right? I always redact the files when I'm innocent.
Entered my chat. No, this is actually really cool. We just got a super chat from, I think it's the real Joxys, which is very cool. Thank you very much, Joxys. Appreciate it. Also, can you stop with the pre-recorded looped bullshit? I have like dozens of gigabytes of your streams on my hard drive, and it's so goddamn obnoxious.
Sky, after you talked about anarchy, I presumed absolute anarchy was chaos. It's not. It's organized. It's just anti-hierarchy, anti-monarchy, anti-bosses, anti-rulers. But there are apparently degrees of this, like you explained. A very interesting town called Freetown, Christiana, was run by squatters. And interesting story on this town, since you talk about anarchy a lot. I'll check it out. Christiana, huh? I'll look into it.
What are we doing? What's the goal here? Joxy, I want to personally thank
you
for making my job.
That's what we're doing now. That's the goal now.
So very easy, because you've been very sloppy. You have left up all of these for me to find, anyone to find. Now, Joxy's is back, and Joxy's is defending himself. I will show this message. Joxy says, hey, that ain't me. I don't run my channel anymore. All the loop stuff isn't me. That's the Asian guy. Honestly, that makes it all better. It's not me, it's the other guy. I didn't do shit. All right, there's a lot to unpack here. First off, him admitting that the footage is looped is an incredible admission. Thank you so much, Joxy. Just really helping me out here. I'm a little worried that YouTube's TOS might not give a shit about whoever supposedly runs your account. We love a blame shifter, though. We do. Speaking of, let's talk about some of YouTube's terms of service. Are these fellas actually breaking any?
Are you going to get them taken down or what?
YouTube doesn't allow spam, scams, or other deceptive...
You say Laser Beam, who else manages you? Swazzer.
Swazzer. Thanks, bud.
Swazzer, bro. All right, everyone, put your Roblox names in the chat. SWAZR on YouTube is my manager.
There you go. Okay, who's next, chat? Everyone out, if you want Robux, join the live stream right now and put your...
And here's Swazzer. Now, I do think Swazzer could be Joxy's manager. His last live stream appears to be a very common tactic where you have to find the 4 objects in the picture, but there is no 4th object. It's just like the calling 911 thing, or this I'm gonna hurt my fingies game. The thing never happens. It's all to hold your attention so it can shift into give me all your money. But Laserbeam being a part of this, I don't know. This is a huge creator with a lot of eyes on him. I'd be very surprised if he was okay managing that. All I know for certain is that Joxy is a liar. He says he doesn't run the scam, and I have 2 videos of him running the scam. So it's kind of hard to believe anything he says. Also, this.
I'm gonna be honest. We might not be truthful with you guys.
This is my impression of Joxy. No. Wait. It's not me. It's not me. Brother, this is you.
Oh my God. Hey, thank you so much, Honest Doubter. I thank you so much, Honest Doubter. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Honest Doubter. Thank you. Can I get some W's in the chat for our friend Honest Doubter for gifting a membership? Thank you for the Skyjack Morgan membership going out. Yeah, I think these guys offering clickbait kind of hype their channel. I believe you can offer something them, if you will, but it has to be consistent and some benefit. When I found your, be honest, after you're wealthy. I mean, Acid House says that YouTube doesn't allow scams, but I don't know. It seems like YouTube does allow scams. Should I be like, hey guys, make sure you get you guys can get a digital sticker if you just do a thing with a thing. I don't know, man. I do offer. I do live streaming. I do free live stream. I do members only live streams. I do all sorts of shit. Look at this, Tennessee. They're walking out. Wow. This is happening. Man, oh man. Tennessee Democrats burn Confederate flag in dramatic walkout over the redistricting. Shit, bro. They took the one blue seat away. I mean, look at this guy. The side eye right here. That's nice. This is in Tennessee. They're walking out, Leif Erikson, because they redistricted Tennessee. There was only one blue seat in Tennessee, but this is the state legislature. This is Tennessee. Don't forget, they censored the 3 black people. Remember a couple years ago now, I guess. It's been pretty crazy in Tennessee lately. Tennessee. That's where Steve is from. Oh my God, Steve, are you watching? Oh my God, is Race Baiter Steve watching? Hate Sargon of Akkad, are you watching? Hate speaker. Whoa, no! You can't burn the American flag! Oh, no! Donald Trump's gonna cry! Oh, no! Oh, no, Billy! Oh, Billy! Oh, no, you can't burn the Confederate flag! I mean, you build these big buildings for the state. This is what happens. No Jim Crow. Man, it's getting rough out there in Tennessee. I mean, what did Wallace Stevens say? What would Wallace Stevens say about this, about Tennessee? What would Wallace Stevens say about Tennessee? What would Davy Crockett say about Tennessee? He was born on a mountaintop there, I heard. The South is a drain on California and like 7 other states. I'm telling you, man, the South is just sucking the teat of California. Gerrymandering works until it doesn't. I mean, it sucks that we're only supposed to be doing this every 10 years. We bitch and moan about gerrymandering, but Donald Trump, he wants to fix the election this year, and God damn it, he's going to do it. He's going to do it. He owns the Supreme Court. He owns Congress. This is what happens. This is what authoritarianism looks like. Show me what authoritarianism looks like. This is what authoritarianism looks like. Show me what authoritarianism looks like. This is what authoritarianism looks like. This is it. I'm excited to do this. We ride at dawn. Ride at dawn. Lots of snakes in the South. Not all are legless. Indeed. It's rough. Dude, you highlighted the last part of my long comment. Well, terra firma, you realize that there's like people want to know what's going on and what we can do about it. Get local information from your members, perhaps real boots on the ground movement, protest live, etc. People could protest like protests. What does socialism look like? Socialism. What does socialism look like? Great question. All of the popular programs in America are socialism. Libraries, cops, children's hospitals, firemen, Medicare, Medicaid, the military, interstate highway system, the transnational railroad, all the stuff that you like, any positive, the mail rooms of America, the post office, like all the things that people like about our government are socialist programs. Social Security. Oh, geez, not Social Security. The military, the things that people are they're really into that one. Socialism. Yeah, hospitals, bridges. Yeah, the Golden Gate Bridge. How about that one? The fucking Statue of Liberty. That's all socialism. That's what it looks like. Roads, street lights, stop signs, all that socialism. It's amazing. It's amazing. Sky, sounds like you've lost your mojo. Isn't what they call it mojo? What are you talking about? What the fuck? Joyous 777. Why are you on my shit today? God damn, 777. Why are you being so mean to me? Just say fascism, Skyjack. Fascism. Well, yeah, this is what fascism looks like when you take away the will of the people and you subvert them. Yes, fire stations are socialism. Utilities, yes, socialism. Yes, the Hoover Dam, socialism. Like basically all the stuff that people actually like about America, like the Grand Canyon, socialism. National Park System, socialism. Damn it. All the stuff you like. That's what you got. I invented mojo. Nice.
Hello, everyone. Yesterday, aka Female Frodo Baggins here. And I am the bearer
Female
of bad
Frodo
news.
Baggins.
Because I've been holding off on talking about Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey because there was a lot of criticism for it, and I wanted to give myself more time to see more of the film before I passed an evaluation. But I have to be honest with you all. Nolan has fallen. And I didn't want to say that.
So
I didn't want to say that at all because, look, there was a time when I would say Christopher Nolan is my favorite director of all time. I lived and I
Why do people talk so slow?
breathed Christopher Nolan, and his work in the past still makes him one of my favorites. Like,
Oh, yeah, TV and radio. Smoking Blondie, that's also socialism. You're right. God, you got a lot of socialism in America.
I've seen every movie that he's made except Insomnia, you know, The Prestige, Interstellar, Inception, The Dark Knight trilogy. I even was a big fan of Oppenheimer, but I really wanted to.
I got you, Thorne. Yeah. This is what fascism looks like. Authoritarianism is too short. It's too long, I mean.
Believe that Christopher Nolan doing The Odyssey was going to be a slam dunk. Because listen, Christopher Nolan was our last. He was the last of the directors who could
Dude, Memento was the best, an honest downer. I'm with you on that. Memento is definitely the best. You're right. It was the best one.
make a great movie where his name alone could bring mainstream audiences into theaters. He is the last director that we have that has the ability to do that.
What is New York City, Seattle, and Chicago under? Are those American cities? Oh my God! American cities are a mixture of capitalism and socialism and communism and all sorts of other isms. Yeah. You. This is always these people. They like. I'm a purist of this. You're just so dumb. It's painful to watch. Look. I know you hate socialism. That's because you're stupid. You see. That's because you're stupid. And you don't know what socialism is. And you call yourself a capitalism because you're stupid. Because you probably don't own any capital. What the fuck are you talking about? Seattle. What, you don't like Seattle? Have you been to those cities? You scaredy cat? Have you been there? Organism. Are you an organism? AOL dial-up is an organism. God damn it. Anyway. Have you been to those cities that you mentioned? Have you been to any of them? Chicago, great city. I fucking love Chicago. Seattle, awesome city. What was the other city that you said? What was the other city? New York City? Man, I fucking love New York. Everyone loves New York.
And simultaneously weave in and out of doing franchise films and original films and still have them be broadly appealing to the audience. And, you know, even Spielberg cannot do that anymore. He was our last hope. But the more I've seen of The Odyssey, especially with the trailer that we got this morning, I have to say...
Name one successful capitalist country. Can you name one successful... Name me one successful capitalist country. One successful capitalist country. We got lots of successful socialist countries. In fact, a country can't exist without socialism. You literally cannot have a country without some socialism. Can't happen. So tell me one country on planet Earth or in the history of the world that was successful with capitalism. Please, I'll wait. Oh, you don't have one? You don't have one? Yeah, you don't have one. You don't have one. Yes, you don't have it. Yeah, because there is not one. There are plenty of successful socialist countries like this one. Or Norway, Sweden, German, France, England, Canada. All successful countries. Japan. Some might even say Russia. Some people think. China, I mean, they're fucking going. 90% of Chinese people own their own homes. Pretty good. Name one successful capitalist country. Because you know what's really funny is that there's no such thing. There's no such thing as a successful capitalist country because it doesn't exist. There are no purely capitalist countries. They don't exist. There you go. The U.S., Phobos, what is the military? Can the United States exist without a military? The military is socialism. The interstate highway system, socialism. The transcontinental railroad, socialism. The libraries, Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, USAID. The libraries, national parks, all socialism. Phobos, you are a goddamn idiot. Thank you for playing. But you're too stupid to play the game. Thank you.
It's looking really bad right now, and I think that Nolan...
Oh, yeah, Switzerland. Switzerland's hella fucking socialist, man. You ever been to Switzerland? I've been to Switzerland lots of times. Lots of socialism in Switzerland. That's why their taxes are so fucking high. Switzerland's taxes are higher than Germany's taxes, believe it or not. It's crazy. The cost of living in Switzerland's out of this world. I have a friend that lives on the border of Switzerland. He lives in Germany and he works in Switzerland because it's so expensive to live in Switzerland. So, yeah. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
May have compromised himself, and I think that him taking on this story in particular was a really, really bad idea. When I heard that Nolan was going to be taking on the Odyssey, my expectations were sky high, very, very optimistic, that this could be a movie like one of the great epics, historic epics that we used to get back in the day of old Hollywood, or it could be something like Jason and the Argonauts. If you haven't seen that movie, terrible plot. The reason why it's remembered is because of its scope and the special effects of the day, where they were able to make clay animations have a weight to them, make them actually feel scary. I thought that getting the last great director in Hollywood to take on an epic like this would be something like that. But
oh yeah, what about internet and GPS and NASA and the moon landing? All socialism. The internet socialism, GPS socialism, satellites socialism, space exploration socialism, exploration of the South Pole socialism. Yeah, socialism. You guys love socialism in America. You sure do.
Once again, the more and more that I have seen of this film, the more convinced I am that Nolan was the wrong guy to do this. The Odyssey does not match up with his sensibilities, or rather, he's not making any changes to his sensibilities to more fit the Odyssey, but rather, I do think that the guy is compromising himself. Once again, not compromising his vision to fit more with what the Odyssey could be, but in order to get Oscars. So let's talk about it. What is wrong with the Odyssey trailer and what I'm seeing of it? Well, the number one thing that I'm going to say is wrong with what I'm seeing of the Odyssey is the casting. And this has a lot of different areas of the casting and why I think that
people are always talking about the casting. Like, do you remember when Michael Keaton was Batman and people were shitting themselves? Like, he's going to be the worst Batman ever. And he was like the best one. He was like the best one. Everyone loves him as that. Hospital socialism. Yeah, socialism. Library socialism. So great. You're totally right.
this movie is so bad. First of all, with this latest trailer,
was Hitler socialist? Oh my God, Hitler now? Actually, Hitler was more of like a corporatist. He believed in the cooperation between the state and corporations and leaving the people out in the cold, which is basically what fascism is. Mussolini said as much. He said that fascism was the wrong name for what it was and it should be called corporatism. And so could you really call it socialism? Sort of. Fascism, in a way, is socialism for just a small group of people, and everyone else has to die. So sort of. It's not really socialism. It's called fascism. It's a whole different thing. It's a special thing. Fascism. It's not exactly socialism. It's not exactly capitalism. It's called fascism because it's a very, very specific thing about it for a small group of people, and everybody else has to get scapegoated, marginalized, murdered, whatever, in order for your golden age to happen, where we're going to have enough money to support everybody that is left alive. The whites, for example, will just support the whites. But the problem is that fascism requires another scapegoat and another scapegoat and another enemy because it never fulfills itself. A lot like capitalism. But anyway, capitalism is the very worst thing ever. It should be done only in small amounts, in very tiny doses. But instead, people like you who own no capital keep on talking about how they love capitalism because you're idiots. If you don't own capital, you're not a capitalist.
Well, none of the characters, except one, sound like they're from ancient Greece. Let's go to Robert Pattinson. I thought he was a great actor. The way he's playing his character here sounds like he's an American.
You're playing me for daddy. You didn't even know.
I mean, when I think of maybe, this dangerous guy from ancient Greece at that time period, maybe the way he would speak to Telemachus is to say, your father is never coming back. What makes you think your father is ever coming back? You could do something more regal and sinister, or you could be more of a brigand, like what makes you think your father's ever coming back? Something like that. What I didn't expect from this kind of role is, hey, your daddy, where's your daddy? You think your daddy's ever coming back? Or from Tom Holland's end, I didn't expect him to refer to Odysseus as dad.
My dad is coming home.
Did they call people daddy?
I mean, I don't know. They probably did. They probably called each other Papa or Pop-Pop or what the fuck. People call their fathers all sorts of stupid shit in the ancient Greek. I don't know. What the hell? Oh, my God. Tom Holland said dad. Seems like a really weird thing to be upset about when we're talking about the Odyssey. I've seen so many people bitch about the costumes of this movie, too. And I'm going, well, Christopher Nolan movies are always dark and drab and dreary and everything looks like crap. It's always like Dark Knight. Everything's like, oh, it's all dark. He's so serious. Where is she? It's so boring and serious. Commissioner Gordon is a liar. Like all that shit. It's just tedious. Christopher Nolan made some good movies, but god damn, the guy is like, oh, more darkness, more darkness, more darkness.
And Dad, that often back in ancient Greece, all these characters sound like Americans, and that perpetuates throughout the trailer. And I thought it was just me at first, but then I heard everyone.
Twitch user in search of HQ. Skyjack, is okay if I ask a news-related question? Sure, you can ask whatever you want, baby doll. It's a free country. Do what you want to do. Do what you want to do, baby doll. Do you, Twitch user?
Against Matt Damon. And Matt Damon is the only person in this trailer who actually sounds like he's from ancient Greece, except from the time when he's leading a charge and he yells, "Let's go!" Let's go! Need to go! More than that later. The dialogue is just so bad in this trailer. None of it sounds like it's from the time period that it's supposed to be.
Everyone's talking about this trailer about, like, they said, "Let's go." Oh my God, they're American. Why do Americans have this, like... this is something I hate about liberals. American liberals have this inferiority complex. Tom Holland's faking an American accent in The Odyssey. Yeah, he fakes an American accent when he plays Spider-Man, too. Tom Holland's English. He fakes an American accent. Guess who else? Fucking... shit, who's that guy who plays Finn? The stormtrooper, he's English, and he fakes an American accent all the time in Star Wars, where there's a bunch of people speaking an English accent. Rey, I remember what is her name? Rey, whatever her name is, the girl. She's like English again, and she has an English accent in the movie, but Finn doesn't for some reason. Who cares?
What makes it worse is none of the actors are really pulling off this time period either. You know, maybe Robert Pattinson is just miscast, but like I had a high opinion of him, and now this one trailer made me wonder if he was as good as I thought he was. But you know, a miscasting will do that to you. But then there's Tom Holland, and he is just not convincing as Telemachus. And
why not is he convincing as Telemachus? Is this lady a fucking Greek? She's got all these stuffed animals. I don't know. Telemachus is just a kid who goes and looks for his dad. I don't know. It looks like Telemachus to me. Sure, you're Telemachus.
My concerns about why he was cast in this role, and those concerns are kind of confirmed. Tom Holland has had just a miserable career apart from Spider-Man. He has tried. He has tried to be a part of bigger franchises. He has tried to be a part of more artistic endeavors. None of it has worked for him.
Really?
I was worried that him getting this role in The Odyssey, after just failure after failure and not being able to get any more good work, I was worried that he was getting this role out of, the goodness of Nolan's heart. Like, to give Tom Holland, his last big chance to be a part of a huge thing that isn't Spider-Man. But Tom Holland is bringing all of his problems with him, and the reason why he struggled so much as an actor apart from Spider-Man. He is a very, very one-note actor. He can only play the kid who's eager to please. And I can't not see that in his role as Telemachus. Once again, he does not feel like he's...
Well, Telemachus is a kid. He's a kid who's eager to please Athena. That's the whole plot of the story. Like, Athena helps him out, and he goes and tries to find his dad, and that makes sense. Makes sense to me. The Iliad and the Odyssey. Like, anyway, Tom Holland, yeah, he sucks, and he's just a young actor. Who gives a shit? It's so weird.
From ancient Greece, he just cannot break out of the mold of being the kid as an actor, and that's a huge problem here.
What was that movie that he did? It was this great video game, and they made it into a movie. I think it was called Uncharted or something, or Unsomething. And he did it with Mark Wahlberg, and it failed miserably. It looked so cool in the theaters. It looked so cool in the trailers. I never saw it. Did anyone see that movie? I think it's called Uncharted. Did anybody see that? He got a job because of Zendaya. And Zendaya sucks too. She just always just looks like... That's Zendaya's acting right there. Zendaya, Uncharted. Yeah, Uncharted. Everyone says the game is incredible. I never played it. Everyone says the movie sucks. I never saw it. But people say the game is unbelievable. Uncharted. Yeah, the game. They made a movie with Tom Holland, and it sucked apparently. It looked so cool, and when I saw the trailer, I was like, this looks amazing. Look at this cool movie. And then no one saw it.
I feel like a lot of people were cast in this film not because of their ability to pull off these roles, but because of their connection to Nolan. And Nolan is one of those guys where he likes to rehire a lot of the old people he worked with. Like Anne Hathaway first worked with him in The Dark Knight Rises and then Interstellar.
I am a movie buff. I am.
She's back here. Matt Damon was there since Interstellar, then Oppenheimer, then here. Robert Pattinson worked with him on Tenet, so on and so forth. I would be surprised if
Robert Pattinson also was in a Batman movie. Batman. It all goes back to Batman. God damn it. I wish they never made Christopher Nolan make Batman movies. Those Batman movies are so overrated. You guys are so crazy about these Batman movies. Watch them again. They're not very good.
Michael Caine somehow doesn't show up in this movie. But that's just such a weird thing about Hollywood today. It's like we know that movie stars do not bring in the box office like they used to. But
was it good, Adam Lomax? Did you like it? I don't really like Holland, but he is popular right now, and the fact that he's playing kids is good for the longevity of his career. Yeah, I think, okay, so I think Tom Holland is very similar actually to the first Spider-Man, Seabiscuit, Tobey Maguire. He's very similar to Tobey Maguire. He's been in a couple hits. He plays this plucky little kid. He plays Peter Parker. There's a certain type, and his career kind of fell down, but he's still. Tobey Maguire still goes and makes crazy good movies. Tobey Maguire was like the best part of Babylon. That was such a funny part where he's fantastic. Seabiscuit. What else? There was another Tom Holland movie where Gatsby. He was in Gatsby. And he was good in Gatsby. Gatsby was but he was good. And Tom Holland's gonna be the same way, except he's English. 6 out of 10, really. Maybe I'll watch it. I don't know. Tobey Maguire's a better actor, I guess. Bully Maguire. Remember Bully Maguire? Never forget.
For some reason, we've never been more tampered down in our choices for actors, and we've never tried less to seek out new people. And
that's because we're all hiring English people for some reason. No Americans can act anymore. No Americans aren't allowed in movies anymore, apparently.
That's why we keep getting these movies with massive cast, massive star-studded, expensive cast, and it's really actually quite unnecessary when we know that stars themselves are not necessarily the draw. But that's a huge problem with this movie, is I feel like people were cast because they're friends of Nolan's that he's worked with before, or in Tom Holland's case, I think he wanted to give him a chance apart from.
Or maybe they're fucking talented. Maybe that's it. Christopher Nolan, when Christopher Nolan says he was making a movie, everyone lines up, so he gets his pick, and he probably gets them for cheap. So he could put all these incredible actors that are really good at their jobs in these movies with small parts. It's like a Terrence Malick movie. Do you remember The Thin Red Line? Everyone was in that movie. Terrence Malick used to be able to get on the phone and everyone would want to be in a Terrence Malick movie. And everybody would be anybody for nothing. They'll go work for free for Terrence Malick because they want to be in a Terrence Malick movie. Same thing with this.
Spider-Man, but none of them are pulling off the role, and that's something that I noticed even in the first trailer with I'm blanking on his name, the man who plays Frank Castle. Even he is not pulling off a believable performance in this setting, and an unbelievable performance is combined with just how bad the dialogue is, and it's just so ill-fitting to a story that is set in ancient Greece. It just completely breaks my immersion in this movie. But there's more problems than even that. There's other things that are just bleeding through breaking my immersion. For example,
remember Thin Red Line? Everyone was breaking my immersion. This lady, I saw a preview, I saw a trailer for a movie, and it broke my immersion. It's a fucking trailer.
Anne Hathaway, she's kind of made it sound like she's not had a lot of work done on her face, but she has. There are multiple scenes in this trailer where she's supposed.
So what if she's had work done? What? Oh my God. Anne Hathaway had work done? I mean, I assume she had work done. She's a fucking movie star. That's what they do. They get work done. The men and the women. Why are you only going after the women? Tom Holland's probably already had work done.
To be giving, heightened emotion, but her face is so stiff. And we just had a conversation about that from this clip from Euphoria that showed Sydney Sweeney, who hasn't had any work done on her face and hasn't had any Botox, arguing with a woman who has had Botox done. And the woman with Botox, her skin is stretched out so far across her face, she can't have any expression anymore. Unlike Sydney Sweeney, that still has human.
That's not how Botox works. The reason why they can't have Botox is botulism. That's why it's called Botox. It's botulism, and they put botulism because it paralyzes the muscles. You could stick it in your armpits, you stop sweating because your body won't allow the sweat glands to open up. You could put it in your forehead, and your forehead stops moving. The muscles just stop working, and it's just like dead meat up there. And so you look really youthful because your head isn't wrinkling because you don't do this. See, when I do it, you can see I got a lot of wrinkles in my head. I got a lot of wrinkles on this side because I do this one a lot. I do this eyebrow more than this eyebrow. I think sometimes I do this eyebrow. Yeah, sometimes I do this eyebrow. It's hard to look at a camera and do it. And sometimes I do this eyebrow, but this eyebrow I do more, so I got more wrinkles on this side of my head. I think that's great. I got character, And Sydney Sweeney looks like shit in this, by the way. Which is fine. That's Euphoria, right? They're trying to make these really pretty girls look ugly. They do that in Euphoria. Look at Zendaya; she looks like shit in the whole show. They do that on purpose, But you don't think that Sydney Sweeney has had lip filler and the rest? Of course, they all have. They're movie stars. That's what the money's for. That's why they give them all the money. Mar-a-Lago face is worse. Totally, yes. The problem is that these normal people are getting work done. It's not going to look good because you don't have the cameras and everything. You don't have all the lighting. These people are getting it done by uber professional people, the best people in the business, and they have makeup and lighting and all the other stuff happening,
Expression. And that is what has happened with Anne Hathaway. She has had so much Botox, so much work done on her face.
Yeah. Putting Botox. Botox is just an injection, by the way. It's not work done, but she might have had Botox. I'm sure she has. But that looks fine. She looks fine to me. She looks like an aging Anne Hathaway. I don't know. Looks like an Anne Hathaway who's probably, how old is Anne Hathaway? Let's find out. How old is the actor Anne Hathaway? 43, bro. She's 43 years old. She looks great for 43. Anne Hathaway. What the hell? 43 years old. Oh, she's so horrible. It's breaking my immersion.
Her skin is stretched out, and I'm sure it makes her feel good and look like a vampire on the red carpet, but where you actually have to act, in the setting that's supposed to be centuries ago, it does not work. Her face just cannot contort or move anymore. There's no expression, even as she's supposed to be giving a lot of emotion. So it looks like Botox in ancient Greece, and it's another thing that breaks my immersion. And it's the same thing with Charlize Theron showing up in this movie.
Jesus, I guess you should not watch Cleopatra with Liz. What's her name? Elizabeth Taylor. Don't watch Cleopatra with Elizabeth Taylor, okay? Because it'll break your immersion. Don't watch Ben-Hur with Charlton Heston. It'll break your immersion. Guess what? It's fucking a Hollywood movie. It's a Hollywood movie. Yeah, Taylor, thank you. Liz Taylor. I want to say Liz Claiborne. But yeah, Liz Taylor, you know who I'm talking about. Botox literally saved my life. It healed my migraines. It's not poison. Well, it is poison, but like a pharmacon, most drugs are poison. You take them too much, you die. You take a little bit, sometimes it cures you. The cure is often a poison. Poison and cure. It's called a pharmacon. Anyway, it's a whole thing. Plato's pharmacon, it's the poison is the cure is the poison. Yeah, Elizabeth Taylor? Hell yeah, she was. You ever seen Place in the Sun? It's one of the greatest movies ever made. Place in the Sun. If you ever want to watch a good Elizabeth Taylor movie, that's the best one with Montgomery Clift. Holy shit. That's a good movie. That's one of my favorite, from that era, A Place in the Sun.
Your face is also Botoxed up, and it's another thing that kills the immersion. Actresses, I implore you, never, ever get Botox. Never, ever get surgery. You might look like a vampire on the red carpet, but you are going to destroy your ability to act. But once again, it's another thing where I feel like people were chosen because of their names and their connection to Nolan rather than them.
Botox is temporary. It's not. This lady doesn't know what Botox is, I don't think, this streamer. Botox is temporary. You get it done, and then it goes away, and you get. That's why people like Botox, because it paralyzes. It's a temporary paralysis. Like, a lot of people get it in their armpits when they do the red carpet because then they don't get sweat stains on their dresses or their shirts or whatever. And they like that for the night. Maybe it lasts for a couple weeks, and then they sweat again. 2 weeks later, they're sweating again. It doesn't last forever.
Actually being the right for the role. But casting is running into more problems than just that. There's also been some controversy behind the scenes about casting choices in this movie. For example, it seems that there has been some race bending going on behind the scenes. The rumor is that Lupita Nyong'o, she is going to play Helene of Troy in this movie. And interestingly, we haven't seen her in any of the trailers yet. That's going to be controversial because Helene of Troy was specifically described by Homer as having fair skin. And so it does seem that there's some...
Oh my God! Oh no, Homer also said the red wine sea. He said that the ocean was the color of red wine. Homer, some people think that Homer was literally actually colorblind. There's a lot of historians who think that. It's actually pretty controversial. Oh my God, he said that Helen of Troy was fair-skinned. Yeah, okay. That's a translation of that. I don't know if that meant white person. Who cares if Helen of Troy is played by a black lady? Why are people so racist about this shit? It's fucking crazy. Don't you know that Anthony Hopkins played Othello in blackface? Oh my God, a white man played Othello. Yeah, they did that for a long time. You know what else they did? Boys played girls. Oh my God, Juliet was played by a boy? How could they do it? It broke my immersion. It broke my immersion to see a boy play a woman. No, it does not break your immersion. You know how many Shakespeare plays? I've seen hundreds of Shakespeare plays. Hundreds of Shakespeare productions. And I've seen all sorts of crazy shit. Black people telling white people, my brother or my son. And it doesn't matter. You just go with it. You don't need to explain the bloodlines in your head. This is a black person telling a white person that they're kin. Doesn't matter. Shakespeare proves that all this is bullshit. A black Ariel mermaid? Oh my God, we're not ready for it. Meanwhile, Shakespeare's got all sorts of crazy shit going on.
Spending going on here, and for Athena, who is allegedly going to be played by Zendaya, who also, interestingly, is not in this trailer. Then we also have the casting of Elliot Page.
Athena? She's playing Athena? Oh, no, not Elliot Page. Oh, God. Elliot Page was in Inception. He did a great job. Fuck. I didn't mean to misgender you, Elliot Page. It's force of habit. Ellen Page was in Inception. Elliot Page is going to be in Odyssey. I think it's great. Put Elliot Page in the Odyssey. He's gonna play the fleet-footed god. What was the fleet-footed god's name? Hermes. He's gonna play Hermes.
Page, or formerly Ellen Page. And this has also created a lot of tension from people who've been paying attention to this movie, because unless you've lived under a rock, Ellen Page transitioned into Elliot Page, so now you have a transgender actor playing a character in this movie. Ellen Page once worked with Christopher Nolan before, but it's been a very, very long time. So a lot of people were questioning the motivations behind this, because if you had Elliot Page play a character of her biological gender, that would be considered transphobic, right? But if you had Elliot Page play a male character, that would get people angry who are very, very against transgender ideology, especially these days. Like, it's not exactly an unpopular opinion to disagree with that stuff, and, you know, the increased controversy over casting in regards to that. So then the question became that, is she going to be playing an androgynous character or something like that? Like, the question was, what is Christopher Nolan's motivations for reconnecting with Elliot Page, formerly Ellen Page? Well, rumor has it, is coming out in this trailer.
Why does how many times we got it? It's Elliot Page. You don't have to say the dead name over and over again. We all know.
And we do get a shot of her in this trailer that Elliot Page may be playing the ghost of Achilles. Yes.
Achilles? Oh, interesting. I thought he was playing Mercury. Okay, Achilles. Cool. Why not? Achilles wasn't a real guy, man. Shakespeare was way too woke, bro. Way too woke. Statues of white Jesus breaks my immersion. Me too. I can't even watch it. Japanese traditional opera is only played by men. I know, and they put masks on. I'm a woman now. I'm wearing a mask. This is like when people say we're getting dumber, it's like we're dumber than the ancients. We're dumber than the people in the ancient world. Well, I just can't. Elliot Page in a movie. I mean, literally, Elliot Page can play whatever the fuck Elliot Page wants. Play the Cyclops. Who gives a shit what Elliot Page plays? I'm glad he's working. I think he's a pretty good actor. I thought he was great in that the Umbrella Academy, that first season of Umbrella Academy. He was great in it. That was great, dude. The first season of Umbrella Academy was fantastic, right? The second season was even okay. I didn't watch the fourth. The third was pretty good. It's all right. The first one was great. First one was quality, bro. I read the comics and I thought, wow, this is so good, so faithful to the comics. Great.
Huh. Now, here's what I want to get out here. What is really the problem here? What's the problem with characters?
Why does everybody who likes movies on the internet now have to be some magger like this lady? She calls herself what'd she call herself? The fucked up Frodo Baggins? I forget what she called herself. The fucked up Frodo Baggins. Why is everyone so mad at movies? Why does everyone hate movies? They're like, why does everyone hate? How come no one's going to movies anymore? Yeah, the child of Hermes and Aphrodite was Hermaphrodite. I agree, Sky. I stopped at the same time, never finished it. I heard the ending was worth it, though. It was worth it? I don't know. I read the comics, and I don't think the comics went that far. I think they carried the TV show longer than the comics. Because as far as I remember, there's only like 2 major runs of the comic, but I don't know. I lost interest. I don't know. There were too many stupid montages in the third season that I can't stand when they pad the runtime. They do these fucking montages. Every episode does not need a fucking montage, okay? Umbrella Academy, holy shit, that third season, I was just like rolling my eyes, just struggling to get through it, so I didn't go to the fourth.
Characters being race bent in this movie, or transgender actress playing a male character. Like, what is the problem with all of that? Well, my problem is what it says about Nolan's motivations. Like, there's going to be people who get upset because, you know, race bending white characters has become such a controversy because it's only ever gone one way. It's actually becoming, more and more
It's only ever gone one. Race bending's only gone one way. Anthony Hopkins played Othello in blackface on film. In blackface, Othello. Anthony Hopkins. This isn't some. So did Laurence Olivier. Laurence Olivier played Othello in blackface. It's only ever gone. This race bending's only gone one way. Are you stupid? Or you have amnesia? That's the problem with all you stupid right-wingers. You can't ever embrace history. That's why we can't ever have a culture. We'll never have a culture because you can't have culture without history. And if you ignore history because fascism relies on amnesia, a la 1984, look it up. Maybe you should read that fucking book once. Since fascism and authoritarianism requires amnesia, you're never gonna ever have a real culture in this country because all we can muster is mythology, because we won't embrace or even confront or investigate or even talk about our history in any kind of honest way. So all we'll ever have is mythology. And if it's going to be mythology, then you might as well have a trans character play this Achilles. You might a trans actor play Achilles, a black person play a white person play a black person. It doesn't fucking matter because it's all mythology. And in this case, in the Odyssey, it literally is just mythology. These people aren't real. They're ink on paper. They're the imagination of a blind poet from ancient Greece. For God's sake. Homer was probably he was probably blind. He couldn't even tell what color the ocean was. Read the Odyssey, for God's sake. Read it in whatever language you want. It's full of crazy shit. Clip that. Goddamn. Can I answer the blackface topic? I don't care. I'm more concerned with modern left-wing violence than leftist incapability to acknowledge it. Left-wing violence? What are you talking about, man? What left-wing violence? What left-wing violence are you talking about? If we had left-wing violence, we'd have guillotines in the street. That's what left-wing violence looks like. You know what left-wing violence looks like? The American Revolution. That's what left-wing violence looks like. Okay? That's what it looks like. What are you talking about? The cops kill you. The military kills you. The state kills you. The state has a monopoly on violence. There's no left-wing violence. It's all state violence. Almost all of it. Almost all of the violence is state violence. Those 161 little girls that were killed in the Iranian school on the first day of bombings, that wasn't left-wing violence. That was right-wing violence. The obliteration, the annihilation of the people of Gaza, that wasn't left-wing violence. That was right-wing violence. The war in Ukraine, that's not left-wing violence. That's right-wing violence. Vladimir Putin and the power of the state being exerted on somebody else. That's right-wing violence. State violence is right-wing violence. Rich people kill more people than poor people. The state kills more than anybody. It was almost got the president shot. When? Which one are you talking about? The president. When did the president almost get shot? Tell me when he almost got shot. Tell me. When? Which one are you talking? Talking about Butler, Pennsylvania? Staged. You're talking about this thing that just happened in the White House Correspondents' Dinner? The dude didn't even get inside the room. He was nowhere near the president. Nowhere near him. He didn't almost shoot anybody. In fact, he didn't shoot anybody. The agents shot each other. The one guy who got shot was from an agent shooting another agent 3 times. Oh, you mean on the golf course? When did he almost get shot? That guy didn't even pull off or didn't even shoot not one bullet. Not one bullet. And that was his own, that was a magger. Thomas Crooks, a magger. Shit, even Tyler Robinson was a MAGA person. What the hell are you talking? 3 staged attempts. I mean, whether or not they're staged, it doesn't even matter. Those aren't left-wing. That's not what left-wing violence looks like. If you want to know what left-wing violence looks like, look at the French Revolution, the American Revolution, Workers' Rebellion, the Haymarket Massacre. That's left-wing violence. Left-wing violence is chopping off the heads of the rich. Oh, you know who's left-wing violence? Luigi Mangione. There you go. That's left-wing violence. That's left-wing violence. That's Luigi Mangione. I'll claim that one for the left wing. That's it. The hard R with the magger. Of course, a hard R, because it's a slur. Because it's a slur. Savannah Hernandez getting checked like a linebacker. Minnesota. Oh, poor Savannah Hernandez. Oh, no. Oh, no. You want to talk about Kat Abagazela getting fucking repeatedly assaulted by ICE officers for just being there, for just being at the ICE concentration camp and expressing her free speech? How many people are murdered in our streets by the cops and the state and ICE? ICE had 25 in 2025, 25 shootouts. It was the most shootouts in the history of America between federal officers and the public. It was the bloodiest year in ICE history. 34 people died in custody. Many more died in apprehension. And you're going to be like, what, this one time somebody got pushed and that's left-wing violence. You're a sucker. That's the state. You're a product of propaganda. The state is telling you all these scary things about leftists. The left wing, Luigi, I think Luigi's an accidental leftist, maybe. I can't tell yet, but I can't tell yet. Well, I guess we'll find out. But Luigi shot a billionaire. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it all day. And look what they did to him. Eric Adams out there with a bulletproof vest marching in front of 100 police around him like he's Hannibal Lecter and he's the Joker and he's going to pull out, bombs out or something. And then they sit him down in court. He's got 6 cops around him as the judge arraigns him. Just cops, just buried in cops the way I was buried in pussy in Las Vegas. That's what I'm talking about. Buried, man. This guy, holy shit, that's what we do to our left-wing violence. That's what you could tell it's left-wing violence when it's over the top state reaction. That's when the state really goes crazy. It just blows their mind that someone would have the audacity to take out one of theirs.
Upon by the mainstream, I would say at this
Allegedly, sorry. Because Luigi's probably innocent.
point that it's okay not to do that. You can just keep characters the way they're supposed to be. And transgender movement ideology is more controversial than ever and pushed back against in all places except Hollywood. The reason why I bring this up and why I think it is a big fear is what it says about Nolan's motivations. Nolan wants Oscars. That was apparent to me with Oppenheimer. There was a lot to do about Oppenheimer being his first R-rated movie in many, many years and having 2 sex scenes when he doesn't really do that, having a little more swearing when he really, laid off of that sense of memento. Guys, with all of the discourse about Oppenheimer and whether or not the sex scenes were necessary or not, there's a reason why Nolan did it. He wanted Oscars. Why would he do that? What would that mean about giving him Oscars? Well, I've noticed that the movies that tend to actually win for Oscars lately have been adult dramas, and Nolan did PG-13 action fare that was definitely higher brow, but definitely seen for the masses, I think, in a large part.
He did the action movies in order to make money so he can do his art movies, like Dunkirk. He wanted to make Dunkirk, and they told him, will you give us another Batman movie? And he's like, yeah, do another stupid Batman movie if you give me Dunkirk. And that's how he got it greenlit. That's how he did it. That's how he built his career. He did stupid comic book movies so that they would give him money to make his big epic movies. So he got to make Dunkirk, which was a project that he wanted to work on before Batman. Dunkirk was an idea way before Batman. But he knew he had to make stupid comic book movies because people love fucking watching people dress like bats and beat up clowns. Grown-ass men want to argue about Batman with me. Anyway, we take it way too seriously.
Think that it was a coincidence that with Oppenheimer, that was very clearly his ploy to actually win himself an Oscar, that was the movie that he intentionally made more R-rated. And guess what? For a guy who typically, had laid off the swearing for many, many years, that movie conveniently had the amount of F-bombs that gets you an R rating. I think it was about 3. Because guess what? That is how directors and producers will play the system of ratings. I did a research paper on this years ago, that ratings are marketing. And, it's ridiculous behind the scenes that they will actually have a counter. Like, it used to be 1 F-bomb will get you a PG-13, 2 F-bombs, just 2 F-bombs. You could have nothing else in it, but 2 F-bombs in a movie means R-rated, even if there's nothing else objective.
That's true. If you do 2 F-bombs, it's R-rated. That's why they only drop 1 in every Fast and Furious movie. They only say 1 F word in every Fast and Furious movie, but they have tons of motherfuckers getting blown away with shotguns, tons of violence. Put as much violence in movies as you want, PG-13. But you say more than one F word, R-rated. Stupid.
In it, and then it went from you could have 2 F-bombs in a PG-13 movie, and then 3 F-bombs get you an R rating. I can see Nolan playing it with Oppenheimer to get himself exactly 3 F-bombs and 2 sex scenes, even though honestly all of it could have been cut out to give himself an R rating. And the rumor is that Odyssey will also be R-rated. Why? Well, I've just seen it, that R-rated adult.
I don't think so. I think the reason why there's sex scenes in Oppenheimer, it was his attempt to make Oppenheimer look kind of like a human, because he doesn't seem like a human, and Cillian Murphy doesn't really play him like a human. And the stories about Oppenheimer that I know from as a kid, I don't even look at Oppenheimer as a human being. And there he was presented with this idea that this crazy person who's obsessed with math and science, and then they have to present him as a human being. So he has this weird these sex scenes that kind of feel like robots having sex, but makes him a human, because that's what human beings do. They have sex. So it made sense to me that Oppenheimer had sex scenes in it. Did you see Oppenheimer? I feel like the sex scenes are kind of necessary, because otherwise it's just people make fun of it because the Oppenheimer sex scenes are weird and they don't feel like romantic or sexy. They feel kind of gross and robotic. But he's a gross and robotic dude. But he's still a sexual creature because he's a human. And I feel like that was necessary for the film, because otherwise you're just watching robots there's nothing to connect him to his humanity, except in the end he kind of regrets the bomb. Did you guys see Oppenheimer? How'd you feel about the sex thing? Cillian Murphy as Scarecrow was pretty good. Yeah, he was pretty good. Also, I don't know if you guys saw the last Peaky Blinders movie. That's pretty good. They made a movie. Sex scenes are never necessary unless it's a pornographic movie. I totally disagree with that. Sex scenes are necessary because you're supposed to build empathy with these characters, and sometimes the quickest and easiest way in a short film, like 2 hours isn't much time to tell a story. So to give them some humanity, they eat and they have preferences. They drop all these hints about what kind of foods they like, and then they have sex. They do some stuff that's like shortcuts to showing us that these are human beings on the screen, and then you start relating to them, even though they're just moving lights. They're just lights. They're just lights on a screen. But you start looking at them like they're humans, the more you're able to relate to them. So I think sex is important in film. But hey, there's gratuitous sex too, which... Also, if you just have violence all the time, it's always violence in movies. How come no one ever talks about the violence in movies, but you're like, sex in movies, oh, we don't need it. Why are you guys so afraid of sex? Sex is awesome. Sex is good, violence is bad. How about that? For the most part. Not always, but usually sex is better than violence. I'll take sex over violence 9.9999 out of 10. 9.9999. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I'm taking sex over violence. Yeah. Violence is almost always bad. Sex is almost always good.
Dramas are more likely to get the actual Oscar. And so we can see how Nolan's motivations have shifted to wanting to get an Oscar. And here's what you have to do to get an Oscar. There's a lot of rollback in these various policies, these various inclusivity policies behind the scenes in Hollywood. Here and there we can see it, and in other places it still exists. But where it definitely exists with all these inclusivity demands is with the Oscars. You should read the rules that they have on the diversity quotas that you have to meet behind the camera and on camera if you want to be even eligible for an Oscar these days. And that is what's going on with Nolan. I don't think that he brought Elliot Page back to work with him after all of these years.
What? He always had people of different backgrounds and stuff in the movies. What are you talking about? What? He worked with Elliot Page before.
Just, out of sentimentality. I think he wanted a transgender actor on the cast list of this movie.
I think it's probably fun to work with Elliot Page. They're probably fun to work. He's probably fun to work with. If I were a director, I'd be like, yeah, can I get something for Elliot Page? Put him in a movie? It'd be fun. He's probably a hoot. Motherfucker was in Juno. Have you ever seen Juno? That shit's a masterpiece. And Elliot Page was awesome in it. If Elliot Page is 10% Juno, if Elliot Page is 10% as quick and witty as Juno, I'd love to work with him.
I think Lupita Nyong'o and Zendaya being cast also adds up with that. I think Nolan is just following the quota checkboxing, and that is going to make him eligible for Oscars. I also think it's interesting that neither Zendaya or Lupita have really been seen in the marketing of this movie, because I think they know that race bending has become very, very controversial. And I think that's why all of this stuff, including Elliot Page playing Achilles, is all alleged and all in rumor, because I think they know how mainstream audiences are going to react to this, but Nolan is still doing what he has to do in order to be eligible for Oscars, which makes me concerned on that note.
Juno sucks. I mean, I guess it was funny. It's just a little comedy, guys. Juno. It's just a little comedy about a pregnant teenager. It's just a... Don't get too crazy about. Calm down, Dan the Shark. It's okay. It's just a little comedy. Hard Candy. That was so good. Yes, Elliot Page was fantastic in that. It was good times. I feel like there's lots of people that like Elliot Page just fine, just fine. Controversy though. No matter what, he's gonna do controversial shit, and I guarantee you, Odyssey's gonna be a huge movie.
Because, you know, how much is this guy compromising himself just to get Oscars? Is Nolan moving away from being the one guy who could really bring mainstream audiences into theaters into the person who's chasing Oscars, which is what Spielberg became at one point? And that makes me very concerned that this is going...
Spielberg did not become that at any point. Spielberg won an Oscar, and that's fine. He's won a bunch of Oscars. Spielberg never was chasing authors. What the fuck is this lady talking about?
Bending over backwards.
Does this lady, this is the thing. It's always these hot takes that are super right-wing fucking weirdos. They're got their panties all up in a bunch. These crybaby maggers. Can I get some wet floor signs? What's with all the crying, man? Oh my God! Someone maggers. They put Elliot Page in a movie and a black lady as Troy. Oh my God! How can we even? What is she? Why are they chasing Oscars? This isn't fair. They sold out by putting a black person in a movie. Who cares if Lupita, whatever her last name is, who cares if Lupita plays Troy? It's great. She's hot. What's her name? Lupita Nyong'o? Lupita Nyong'o as Troy? I mean, let's see if you get any pictures of her as Troy. Just tiny pictures. Hold on. Nothing I can put on the screen. Behold Helen of Troy. They're all like 500 pixels. Maybe this one you can see. How about just Lupita Nyong'o? Lupita Nyong'o. Just take a picture of her. She's beautiful. She was in that movie, the one with the silent New York. What was that movie called? Be Quiet New York or something? Be Quiet New York. I think that movie was called Be Quiet New York. What was that movie called where she was quiet in New York? Look how beautiful this woman is. She looks like Nefertiti. She looks like one of the most beautiful women on the planet. And you're mad that she's playing Troy? She's gorgeous. She's no face to war over. Well, no one is. That's the problem with casting Troy. It's actually funny that you say that because in Dr. Faustus, there's this. So Dr. Faustus, written by Christopher Marlowe, the guy makes a deal with the devil and he wants to see Helen of Troy. And even when Helen of Troy was played by Elizabeth Taylor, the most beautiful woman alive at the time, and Dr. Faustus was Richard Burton, her husband. Is this the face that launched 1,000 ships? Like, you cannot cast a woman as Helen of Troy. In fact, they should just blur. They should do like the Peanuts, and she shouldn't talk and not show her face, because no matter who you put as Helen of Troy, it will not work in film. It will not work on stage. On stage maybe, but not on film, because she'll never be what you think is worth going and killing thousands and thousands of men over. But if you gotta have a Helen of Troy, you could do worse than Lupita Nyong'o. She's fucking gorgeous. She's totally hot. And she was in that movie, Be Quiet New York. I forget what that movie is called. It's called something like Quiet New York. Be Quiet New York. It's like Shut Up New York. I think the movie's called Shut Up New York. Siskel and Ebert were snobs, but at least worth listening to. I always liked their little tete-a-tete. I never liked Siskel or Ebert, but I liked Siskel and Ebert. You know what I mean? I liked Siskel and Ebert. But like Ebert and Roper. But Siskel and Ebert, man, they were a team. I loved it. They didn't like each other. Oh yeah, Quiet Place NYC. I like my title better. They should have called it Shut Up New York. That's what they should have called it. Stupid World is never going to take off. It's going to take off. Yeah, they should just cover her face. That's what they should do when they make movies with Troy, because they should cover her face. She's the most beautiful woman ever, and they just never show her face. Is this the face that launched 1,000 ships? That's from Dr. Faustus. Dr. Faustus. By Christopher Marlowe. Mute in Manhattan. That would have been a better one. Yes. Yes. So Sofia Vergara is Helen of Troy. There you go. You fight your brother for Sofia Vergara. Yeah, it's a thing. No one will ever agree with who should be murdered for whom. So they should just cover their faces. Just put her in a burqa. Put her in a full-on burqa and be like, yeah, that's Helen of Troy over there. Her face is beautiful. Trust me. Nobody knows what she looks like, but we're killing motherfuckers over this. We're killing dudes over this lady. We have no idea what she looks like. That would be more likely. It's just like we went to war in Iraq for what? Weapons of mass destruction. Did you ever see them? No, we never saw them, but we killed so many people over them. We never saw even one of them. It makes perfect sense if you think about it. The Trojan War fought about Troy. No one ever saw her face. Makes more sense than the way it's generally depicted. So, yes, COVID made by Pfizer. Yeah, they could put a mask on her. Perfect. Simp army. That makes so much. Helen of Murgatroyd. Heavens to Murgatroyd. Heavens to Murgatroyd. All right, I'm going to finish this just because this lady pisses me off so much.
And compromising himself. I'm moving away from his original style that worked with mainstream audiences and just doing anything he can and compromising.
What are you talking about, mainstream audience? He made the Batman. I love all these edgelords like this dumb lady talking about how he's alienating mainstream audiences. Dude, he made a movie about Oppenheimer, a movie about Dunkirk, and another one called Interstellar that most of people don't get. And he also made one called Inception about dream logic. I mean, the dude does crazy shit, and he does big spectacles so people will watch it. That's his whole shtick. He does crazy movies that fuck with time periods. It's better when his brother writes them, because Jonathan Nolan is the writer usually of his good movies, like Memento. Jonathan Nolan's the smart one. Christopher Nolan's like the director. He's all the style. Like the substance is Jonathan Nolan. The style is Christopher Nolan. When they work together, they get good shit done. Like the Coen brothers. They should never stop working with each other.
The stories he is working on just to get some of that gold. But and just the problems with this trailer don't end.
Or the Safdie brothers. The Safdie brothers were way better. Like I saw the Bone Smasher and I saw the with The Rock, and I saw the movie about the ping pong guy. Who was the ping pong guy called? Marty something. Miracle Marty. I forget what that stupid movie was called. It was great. I loved it, but it was fucking Marty Supreme and the Bone Smasher. Those brothers used to work together, and both those movies are fine, but those movies would have been better if if Josh and the other Safdie, the Safdie brothers worked together, they would have made better movies last year. But instead, they made Bone Smasher and Marty Supreme, and they were fine. They both got nominated for Oscars.
The other thing that really bothers me about this trailer is the visuals. And once again, my perception that Nolan could pull off the Odyssey, that would have been amazing. It would have been an ode to the old epics of Hollywood, is completely blown apart. I don't think he was the right guy for this story. The Odyssey is, at the end of the day, you could call it a fantasy, right? There's cyclopses and gods and goddesses.
Yeah, it's like the first fantasy novel. That's right, finally.
And creatures and all of that stuff. But there's no fantasy for this trailer. We get little glimpses of the Cyclops, but it feels all far too grounded in reality. It feels like it's
Bones and All, the cannibal movie. Did you like that? I liked that movie. I thought that was pretty good. The First Kiss in the Slaughterhouse. That movie was written by a vegan, by the way. That book. I don't know if the movie was made by a vegan, but the book was made by a vegan, and it's called Bones and All. It's a good movie. I liked it. Did you like it? I liked it.
taking itself so seriously, it almost feels like I can't get excited for it. But like on the one hand, it feels like it's just adhering to Nolan's typical vision way too much, and it's not allowing itself to change for the material.
Wasn't it called Bone Smasher, or was it called like Face Smasher? I don't know, fucking Bone Smasher. That movie with The Rock where he plays the first UFC fighters. I forget. I think it was called Bone Smasher. Spine Smasher. I forget. Knuckle Smasher. Something Smasher. World Smasher. Face Smasher. I don't know. Let me see. What was it called? What was that movie with The Rock directed by Josh Safdie? Smashing Machine. It's called The Smashing Machine. Damn it. Bone Smasher. I thought Bone Crush. It was called The Smashing Machine. The Smashing Machine. That's what your mom calls me, by the way.
Not showing any flexibility from Nolan on that level. But on the one hand, it seems like it's taking itself way too seriously, and it feels like it's Tenet or something like that. But then the next minute we get these guys, and I don't even know what these guys are supposed to be. Like what is this? And then we get lines like,
Soldiers.
let's go. One minute it feels like it's taking the Odyssey way too realistically, and the second minute it feels like it's going to be like The Dark Knight Rises or something like that, with the dialogue and these weird outfits that the soldiers are wearing, and whoever these guys that they're fighting. It just doesn't feel right. It feels like he's taking
They're fighting the Trojans.
it way too realistically on the one hand, but on the other hand, maybe it's just the fact that he's taking it so realistically that when the more fantastic stuff comes in, it just
Realistically, it's literally about cyclopses and sirens and lotus eaters and all sorts of. I don't even know how they're going to do it in 3 hours, to be honest. It's a long fucking book.
doesn't feel like it fits. It looks weird. It looks like Nolan's more realistic stuff being clashed with Marvel sensibilities or something. It's not working for me, and that's as best as I can.
Sounds like Batman. He's making it a Batman movie. It's realistic. Trust me. This is how Batman really would be. No. Batman doesn't exist. There's no ninjas in the fucking Alps. There's no, Batman isn't real. This is what the Batmobile would really look like, is this tumbling machine thing that he has. It's like a Humvee. Fine. Catwoman. She's like a Catwoman, but she's actually like a super. That's so stupid. It's realistic, though. It's realistic. Batman's realistic.
Explain it. But then also, it just looks so visually boring. I was thinking about doing a video about, how dark movies look these days. But really...
But that's Nolan's fault. Nolan's the one who made them all dark and sad and dour. That's Nolan for you. He took Interstellar and it was gray and drab and looked like mud. That was Nolan. He did that. Christopher Nolan.
At the end of the day, what it is it's a taste thing. And I'm wondering if Nolan is one of those taste setters, because it's like, for most of the shots of this movie, it's either super dark or just everything is bathed in orange and yellow fire.
It's going to be like that. Yeah, it's going to be just like that. That's his style.
Colors. I think that this movie should have a great scope. It's shot in IMAX, but for a shot like this of the soldiers, they just look like a black mass to me off of gray. And, the little glimpses that we've gotten of the creatures in this film, they're not really impressing me at all. There is nothing visually about this film that is exciting me or amazing me. It just looks dark and unappealing. And what's the point of having, IMAX cameras if your shots are going to be too dark to even see them? So it just seems like
I don't know. Ask Zack Snyder.
Nolan's Odyssey is falling apart on so many levels. The dialogue is terrible. It sounds like Americans in the modern day. The casting is all wrong. They aren't able to pull off these roles or even handle the bad dialogue. I'm sure if Lupita Nyong'o playing Helena of Troy wasn't controversial, the fact of Elliot Page playing Achilles is going to be massively controversial once it comes out, and it just shows that Nolan is really compromising himself for Oscars on many ways.
Compromising for Oscars. Yes, because controversy gets you. This lady's so fucking stupid. What is this lady's name? God damn it. What is this lady's name? Jester Bell. God, this thing has 85,000 views. Jester Bell. She has 100,000 subscribers. This is the thing, man. Right wing media commentary. They're making so much money. Right wingers. Everything sucks because they're making compromises. They're saying that trans people could be in movies now. Oh, it sucks. Oh, I can't even. It's breaking my immersion.
But it just doesn't seem like his style is actually fitting with this material. It's disappointing because we honestly don't get that many movies to be excited for these days, and Nolan was our last hope. Nolan was
We get lots of movies to be excited about. There's so many movies.
the last guy that could actually, based on his name alone, bring people into the theater for any project he wanted, whether it was a franchise based on a book or an original film. But I was talking to someone else this morning, and I was talking to my dad this morning about this, and he said, I don't know if you can survive in Hollywood on this level without compromising yourself, and Nolan, not having to do all these things. It could be just a singular bad movie when it comes out. Like, I don't love all of Nolan's films. I've not been the biggest fan of Tenet or Dunkirk. It could be just another film.
Of course, because you're a fucking moron. You're just a Batman fan. Oh, God. Oh, shit. This is why bad movies. This is why people don't make good movies anymore. Because even Christopher Nolan, who's just trying to do something cool with the Odyssey, it's probably going to be fine. I don't know. I'm not that invested. I'm going to go see it either way. Aren't you? Aren't you going to go see Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey? Aren't you all going to go see it? I'm going to go see it at the IMAX. Definitely going to see it at the IMAX. I don't know why I wouldn't. I'm definitely going to see it in the IMAX. When does it come out? Hold on a second. When does Christopher Nolan's IMAX movie come out? Ah, shit. Odyssey movie, I meant. Odyssey. July 17th. Yeah, middle of summer. Definitely going to see that shit. I'm going to see it. She's a comic book nerd that's done with the message. Yeah, that's what's so... she's not a comic book nerd because comic book nerds know the message is comic books. Comic books have always been the message. I'm a comic books nerd. I got a huge collection of comics. And you know what? Most comics are pretty anti-fascist. The only problem is that it breeds this idea that there's going to be some savior to save you, so you never invest in the future. You never try to invest in a better world because you have this fantasy of superheroes saving the planet, and they think that might actually be almost like fascist propaganda at the end of the day. But Superman hates fascists, Batman hates fascists, even though he's, a billionaire, he hates fascists. I mean, shit, right now in comics, Ultimate Batman is literally out there killing ICE agents, actually killing ICE agents in the comics. So don't tell me about the message. I don't like the message. The message. You've been watching too much Critical Drinker. Critical Drinker makes his money by spouting off bullshit right-wing propaganda and disguising it as movie reviews and trailer reviews. I'm so excited. Why you been putting... Oh, I'm so upset that they're putting Elliot Page in a movie and a black lady as Troy. Oh, no. Like, if I did that, I'd probably make $100,000 a year. God damn, I just know how these people, I don't know how they feed their souls, man. I don't know how Critical Drinker even goes and sees a movie. He's always, the box office. Look at me. I'm Scottish and I'm talking about the box office. Fuck you and your box office. Fuck you right in the box office. I don't give a shit. Why do you care? Oh, the box office. Look out for the box office. Like, since when do you give a shit about the box office? Is the movie good? Is it good? Well, the box office. Fuck you. Anyway, that's the show. Morning Sky went 3 hours. Sorry, everybody. My name is Scott Jack Morgan. I'm an independent news and culture commentator, free speech and critical thinking advocate. And this is the #1 news reaction show on YouTube, The Morning Sky Show. Thanks for being here, everybody. Thank you, Sky City Rebels. We'll do the Poetry Club right now. I went a little long, so it'll be really short. Sorry, everybody. It went too long. I appreciate you. Illegitimate non-copyright. Don't let the bastard. Where did it say my Pookie? Oh, Pookie. Pookie. Oh, my little Pookie, 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 Pookie. Elliot Page has got a schlong like Arnold. Does he? Does he? He's got a schlong like Arnold Palmer. Donald Trump should love him. Sings YMCA. Oh, Pookie. Oh, Pookie, 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 Pookie. I'm not really a cinema goer, so me saying I'm not going to go see it doesn't mean a lot. I'm going to go see it. I'm going to go see it. Christopher Nolan doing an IMAX movie of Odyssey. And here's what's going to happen. Let me tell you what's going to happen. He's going to release it in the IMAX. It's made for the IMAX. It's shot on these big 70mm cameras and all this shit. And they're going to show it at the IMAX, and there's going to be a bunch of assholes who watch it on their phone, and they're going to go, I don't like it. And it's like Christopher Nolan will say, fuck you, because it was made for the IMAX. It's the same kind of thing when Interstellar came out. I went to go see it on 35mm. If you could find a theater that had 35mm, you could go watch Interstellar like 2 days early. And so I did. There was one in Las Vegas. They had a 35mm showing. And so I went to go see it because he filmed it on 35mm because he's kind of crazy. He wanted to do the sci-fi epic on 35mm because he thought it would give this look, and he just likes the look and feel of it. He hasn't done a 35mm since, but now he films on IMAX only. He only wants his films to be seen in IMAX. He doesn't think that they're good for the other cinemas. He wants you to see it in IMAX. But most people will still see it on their phone, and they'll be like, I think this is stupid Elliot Page. And they're going to be watching on these little things like this, and they'll say they don't like it. And then he'll still make another movie in the IMAX because he's Christopher fucking Nolan. You'll know when he sells out when he makes movies for cell phones. That's when he's compromised. Okay? He'll make good movies, he'll make bad movies, but he'll make them for the IMAX. Or some other, maybe he'll make one for the Sphere or something. He'll do something crazy, and he's not going to make movies for phones. He doesn't do that. When he does, Melania was a great movie. That's my favorite movie of last year. What do you mean? It's the best movie I've ever seen. It's a great movie. I'm still going to see The Odyssey. I loved it as a kid, and sword and sandals films need a comeback. Superheroes are boring now. Superhero movies. This is basically just going to be a superhero movie with swords and sandals. It is just a superhero movie. That's what The Odyssey is. It's a superhero movie. It's a hero's journey. It's just a superhero movie, guys. All right, illegitimate knockout, bro. Don't let the bastards grind you down. Godspeed, rebels. Love you. And if you are a Sky City rebel, the Afterglow will start now. Thank you. Like and subscribe. Become a channel member. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so friggin' much.